What the heck is up? It's Friday, nothing's stopping us. Ain't nothing stopping us. It's Friday. How you doing, everybody? We're still here for my baby. How you doing, everybody? Thank you. Everything's looking good, everybody. Thanks. Hope your Friday's going well. For those joining in, kick back and relax. We got things to get into. It's Friday vibes. Brand new playlist. Only new tunes. No oldies. Nothing sophisticated. Sorry boomers. Happy Friday. Kick back and relax. We got the lines open. It's 844-900-2229. You got something on your mind? Nice. No buffering. I think everything's set. You know this? It's like a, I don't know what. It's something strange. Like it's like, I think it's like a location. Like it's like something to do with location. It's something to do with like location and bandwidth and time of day, but we made some changes here that did help. But it looks to be okay now, and I'm going to get to all the calls. I see your calls coming in now, 844-900-2229. Good thing it's all working now, though. So, what's up? I'm the American Anchor, baby. There's things I want to get into. News we have to do. Honestly, after all that buffering and all that mess, I don't know. I want to get to calls and do some of these topics. There's one thing on my mind. The Fallen State episode is on my mind. I do want to speak on that briefly. A little breakdown, a little post Fallen State breakdown. I thought there were some great moments and some moments that explain how I see Jesse, his message, what I think people don't get about it. But there's news. I mean, we gotta do a little bit of War Watch. I got some interestings for you, some funnies and some interestings. And then I think we're gonna do some VR, okay? So because we're trying to chill today, we're trying to take it easy. We'll see what happens. We're gonna see what happens, okay? We're gonna see how the calls go. We're gonna see how everything goes. Oh, you guys getting ads? Hold on. We're gonna see how it all goes. No, I didn't show Jesse the Greek yet. Hey, can you email that to me? If you email me, I won't forget. If you email me at radio@jesseleepeterson.com, email me the Greek you wanted me to show Jesse. And I will. I won't forget that way. I remember you wanted him to see anything. You wanted to see some verse in Greek, right? So send it, and I will send it to Jesse. Does our captain have a middle name? Oh, I don't know. I never got one of them. I thought those were rare, but everybody around me has a middle name. Who has a middle name? Who has middle names in chat? I don't have a middle name. I'm just a John Doe. One of many Nicholas G's. One of many Nicholas G's. What? You guys are cool. You guys are unique. You know, obviously middle names were like an identifier thing, right? Like it's like, okay, John Smith. Okay, John James Smith. It's like finally someone different. How can we tell them apart, right? Type thing. It's obviously like a unique, like an identifier thing, right? I didn't get one of them. I want to get to calls. 844-900-2229. Since I have some calls here, I do appreciate it. And I want to show them some love. More calls and more things. We got Pennsylvania on the air. Who am I speaking with?
Hello?
Hi there. I think I got Pennsylvania on the air.
Oh, can you hear me?
You're coming in. Who am I speaking with? What up? Show some decorum. I appreciate that. No diggity. Says, show some decorum. The anchor baby just made my birthday more amazing. This is my partial payment for a future flight in first class. Shout out to the chat. Hey, an OG with the first class super chat and a first class ticket. No diggity, man. Thank you for that. Back at ya. And a happy birthday to you. Is today your birthday? Big happy birthdays in the chat for no diggity. Amazing. Happy Friday. Happy birthday. I'm not sure what happened there. I think maybe the caller wasn't ready. I'm thinking the caller wasn't ready. Is my mic too loud? Is it like excessively loud? Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. I think the caller wasn't ready. 844-900-2229 if you got something on your mind. Amazing. So, you know, I had this first thing on my mind. Right, it was good. Okay, I got you. I gotcha. Okay. You know, who caught the fallen state? Who caught the fallen state? With Pastor Miguel Martinez. Let me see if I could just go off the top. You know, I was writing stuff down. I was just thinking about this interview a bit. It was interesting for a number of reasons, but because they were getting into various discussions about the Bible and God and marriage, how to live your life, right? How to live a life, how to live your life, how to live a good life, a peaceful life, a positive life, or you know, and they talked about various things. And you've heard Jesse maybe have this conversation with people, especially Christians, and about marriage, women, just living life, sin. You know, all have sinned. You know all the verses. You know all the various things. All have sinned, right? And we're working on it or whatever. And so, or about women, it's like women are evil. Well, no, men and women are evil. Evil works through both of them. Various conversations you've heard. And his answers are like logical answers that you may even understand. Let me see if I can bring up the moment. Maybe it'll. That might be somewhat important. Kind of kick it off a bit. Maybe he was talking about. Well, one moment that kicked off this thinking, but you can. It's not just with women. Was his answer about? Well, I mean, they were just talking about women, right? And Jesse's telling him about how women. Well, when Eve ate the fruit, Satan became her god, right? And then how man then turned woman into her god. How Adam listened to Eve. And he's like, well, you know, he's even like someone understanding, like, I get some of how you're saying it, but that's your interpretation. Just completely disconnected. Yo! I think we're good. Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. Mic check. Give me ones in the chat. We'll jam out till you give me ones in the chat.
Oh God. Stop saying. Photo Lambo, cause I really just hate the coupe. Get a fire up on the 10, heard you scared of y'all catch an L every day, I can't W. Pass that salt, let them freeze it like Lunchables. Creep on the cover, but I'm not the Huxtable.
All right, thanks. Okay. A little hiccup. You know, it's one of them buffer storms, but we're already through the worst of it, so don't worry. I think it's a location thing, bandwidth, internet service provider stuff out of, not totally out of my control. I bet you maybe I could like work on investing into something, or I have to maybe do some research. Or we did upgrade something here already. I think it's helped a lot. Thank you for the patience, everyone. If you're having issues, just reset. Everything's green on my end. Just do a little reset. Where were we? So, the pasta. He's on my mind, okay? My caller. 2 callers. Oh, call me back. I'll get to you. Here, my thing's open now, so you can hear me if you're on hold. Where were we? This pasta, man, he's on my mind. This pasta's on my mind. And they're talking about women. He's like, the evil comes through both of them. It's logical. You can understand. And you're like, okay, duh, Jesse. Like, maybe I understand what you're saying a little bit, but when I can break it down, like, God, there's no way God is saying that the woman is more evil. And you want to sit and be like, it's like logical, it makes sense. But the genius of Jesse is in the way they answer, the very way, their spirit beyond the words. Let's see if I can find the moment. Okay, match. Maybe it was what words? Compliments. Okay, well, not so much this moment. We'll play it in a sec to get to my next little whatever I was thinking. But just in general, he'll say, you know, he'll have like an equal stance about the women, but you know, just on the simple questions like, is the woman evil? Well, no, humans are evil. Is the woman sinful? No, I mean humans are sinful. Is when man is born through the flesh of the woman who is sinful, are then the children born in sin because the mother is in sin? No, humanity is in sin. It's in the genius is in the fact that they can't say it. It's like the "do you love white people" thing. It's like, no, I love all people. It's like, yes, of course that answer fits. Of course white people fit in all people. But the spirit, it's the point is the spirit of it, that they can't say it. They can't say it. They have a knee-jerk response. They have a fear. And in that, it proves what Jesse said, like, about fear of the woman, how she's their god, etc. That's how I've always seen that. It's like evidence based. Oh, you know, he just wants to say it's just hating women. Oh, he just wants to say men are subject to women. No, it's like evidence based. But okay, they were talking about the match that complements and the wife and how that's supposed to work out. Like you're equally yoked and stuff. What's it like when you're the head of the woman? Let's see if we can remember some of this.
Have you noticed that every time the man listens to the woman, he suffers even today?
No, I would argue against that because my wife's advice is the best advice I can get.
Really? You listen to your wife?
I absolutely do. Yeah,
So-
she's my helpmate. Exactly what Scripture says.
But she's supposed to be helping with the children and cooking and cleaning and ironing and washing your clothes, not any other way.
No, but the idea of helpmate in Scripture actually has to do with a side-by-side, toe-to-toe a person who is the match, the complement. And in other places in Scripture, in the Psalms, for example, that same word, or helpmeet, is what the King James translation is. In other places in Scripture where that word is used, it's the person with the shield that helps the warrior. And so they
All that language, it's the person with the shields, the helpmeet. You notice how you can use the language however way you want. Who's to say who's right? And they're both using Scripture. Christianity, religion simply reflects the culture. Men in different times would take the same verse and maybe sound more like Jesse. And you realize you can believe and be like anything you want. You know, more on that in a sec. But Christianity, yeah, the religion, they just reflect the times on how to, and it's not even necessarily the religions and all that, they have authority, but their authority, their credibility is like almost shot. They have, of course there's good things. Of course there's good things, but you have to take on all the bad things too. Because you're adopting an identity. You're like, I need help. How do I live life? Let me look to someone else, to some other authority. And and these authorities, because they're built on over time, and on mistakes and on everything. They're attempts to answer like the society question: how to live a good life, how to live a life, and how do you get a bunch of people to agree? And but those institutions are corrupt, okay? And you know this by the fruits, the children they produce, the broken families, the weakness in the Christians, etc. The fruits they produce. So you could see that it's corrupt. So whatever it is helping, you also have to adopt whatever rot they have. That's why you got to be careful with belief. And that's all these guys are talking about. They're just talking about who's to say he has this authority just because he has like all these church people saying the same thing? Like they got issues too. At some point, it was much clearer that the man was the head of the woman, not of the family. That helpmeet and all that meant that he was the head. But now you can use all those words interchangeably. It just fits the culture. But Jesse has the courage to like say that that's not working. Whatever it is, whatever you've done with the culture and whatever updates you've done to the word, you know, some of these updates, some of these patches are bugged, totally bugged. And I don't know and he's just been like ringing the alarm, you know. And they all want to say he's twisting it. Oh, you're twisting it. That's small-minded. That's small-minded because everybody's evil. But in one breath, he shows how they don't understand themselves because they're afraid of saying the woman is evil. If you believe all people are evil, then the woman is included there. You should have no fear in saying that. And two, he shows that they're small-minded for that reason, I guess. Anyway, so Christianity reflects the culture. Another thing I was thinking about, how you can believe anything you want. And it's such an interesting thing. The religions, you know, it's just people choosing to believe. It's a weird thing to say, choosing to believe, but it's just people believing, thinking that they're choosing to believe, something that's going to help their lives. And Jesse dares to believe that Jesus came and died for his sins and that he is perfect. He dares to believe that, right? And how do I put this? Like, because when they talk about being born in sin, for example, and what is sin and being sinless and all that, Jesse, he always talks with the Christians and the pastors, and they come on and they always talk, and they're always like, but you gotta, okay, like, yeah, but like, yeah, Jesus came and died for your sins, but we're in our flesh, forever this way or something like that. And Jesse will tell him, like, but what did Jesus come and die for? And so he dares to, like, believe that Jesus actually died for his sins. And he goes from like that first principle. And imagine for a moment if you lived your life, like, instead of just like wrestling with like, I don't know, with stuff, you could just like be right instead of wrestling with it. And you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with belief, because I can see you guys right now with hearing that. You're like, you're right. Now I'm going to be a Christian. Now I'm going to go off and be the best Christian ever. And you know what's the funny thing about that? You totally could. It's really just a matter of belief. It's just a matter of believing it. And you would go out and you'd be the best Christian you could be. But what is that? What would be the best Christian you could be? It's like whatever modern Christianity is. It's all you have to go by. And sure, you're going to adopt probably some good principles. You're going to reflect on your life. You're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. But you're also going to adopt all their bad stuff. Because it's like you're still not an individual, and you're just adopting things. It's like you're a desperate person. You're really a desperate person. You're like, someone tell me what to think. So not like a judgment, but that's what's happening, right? And so when you wonder why things don't work, like, just look at the Christians. You think that they got issues. Holding on to belief systems that, are created by man. And maybe they need a little bit of an update. I don't know what it is, not an update, but like, I see Jesse as like, I don't know, I see him as like almost like a, I don't know, I don't want to give it like a ism, especially not one I've already heard, but like a Christian futurist. Like, how do I like take all the old teachings, turn them on their head, but they're not gone. Anyways, whatever. So that was the pastor. Cool interview. That was fun. They were discussing about like the woman coming from the man. The woman comes from the man. The man, right? Woman was made from man's flesh. And I kept thinking about that for some reason. I've obviously heard that before. I've obviously heard that before. But I was just thinking about it more this time. They were talking about it. And I was thinking to myself, like, it's hard to believe that God would want me to know this factoid. Just imagine for a moment. An event that happened apparently happened definitely before me. I have no way of like verifying it and knowing from like, I don't know, from evidence, other than like I have to just believe it because I read it in this book, right? And then I'm supposed to, I guess, some people take that even further and they're like, well, and the reason you believe it because it's the infallible word of God. It's like, now you're losing me. Like, no way it's that. And I was just thinking to myself, like, there's no way God needs me to know this factoid. That woman was made from the flesh of man. Like, that factoid, that verse, that has a simple purpose. It has a purpose. And not denying that maybe God said it a long time ago. I'm just saying that how can you know what he said like that? And it has a simple purpose. It's just to signify, it's to teach those reading it that there is an order. man over woman, woman over children, etc. That's what that factoid is about. Do you understand what I'm saying there? Like, those are like, it's more of man's response to the society question. How do we get people to agree to this? But why did why did they work so hard to do that? Because it's pretty essential. It's not just a thing to throw away. It's not just a thing to say, well, that's just what the old generations did. It's time to bring progress. That was just a verse that the patriarchy wrote in to keep their power. It's time to undo it. Guess what's happening with all that? The apocalypse, hell in the homes, in the country, and the end of the world, the end of society, the end of the country. So that's not like poo-pooing it, like God didn't write that, only man wrote that. Man wrote it because it's evidently obvious by just looking at us. And in our modern world, we grew up kind of like, well, we're just even, we're equal. That's an old thinking, but it seems like it. Yo, are we back? It's so weird because it's not even like buffering anymore. It's not like a bandwidth storm, whatever my superstition is. OBS is just like disconnecting, and then I have to like click it, reconnect it. But whatever, we're gonna keep going here. So what are you guys saying? I was just going off about some of the things that this was making me think. What do you guys think? The belief is a dangerous thing. I'm not telling you guys to just go out and start believing things willy-nilly. Do you think that the issues people face today haven't been the same issues people have faced throughout the ages? No, they are. And that's why these writings and all that, they are integral. Like they're non-negotiable. They're non-negotiable. These religions and all that, but the religions are made of people, and people are corrupt, and especially now, just look at the modern world. Sure, you can just throw an ism on yourself, an ism, Christianity, whatever, but you're also going to adopt you're going to adopt their problems. Can anybody choose what they do or do not believe? What a question. That was one thing that's like a question mark in my head as I was pondering these things, whatever. As I was pondering, I was thinking about belief and choosing. It's like, it's hard to, that's not something you could, look, consider this. Like a moment ago I said, if you decide, if you're hearing me right now, you could just and you're like, yeah, Nick, I'm going to be the best Christian ever. The funny thing about that is that you can, if you just simply believe it. But here's the funny thing there's an even funnier thing about that. You can't necessarily choose what to believe in. Like, for example, yes, I could just like believe just totally believe what Jesse, what Christ was saying, whatever. Let's just pick whoever you want and live it 100%. Here's the thing. I don't want to. That's the honest truth. I don't want to. I don't, whatever my belief of this Christian life, Jesus life, Jesse, no thought life is, I believe, whatever I believe about it, I don't want it. Not totally. Right. I believe lies in my head. I should totally not do that, right? But no, I do that sometimes. And I believe it, struggle through it. Oh, I'll get a thrill. Oh, it's a lie. And then come out of it, grow. I could be like walking on water if I wanted to. So no, I don't think you just choose what to believe, but that's why you shouldn't go around trying to do that. I think it's fine that I'm an anchor baby. Living my anchor baby life. At least I'm not like lying about it. I don't know. This is something Jesse said, actually. Let me move on. Because he said, he's like, Nick, you're just an anchor, baby. He's just like, I love how you just live your life. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, it's like, you don't think about being sinful or not. I'm like, shouldn't I think about being sinful or not? Yes, if everything is fake, is saying, I think believe and think are almost interchangeable, to be honest. Yeah. That's what's so deep about what Jesse dares to say about believing that you're free, believing that you're sinless, believing that Jesus did come and die for your sins, and that you're free. And that's when he's telling you drop those thoughts. He's like, and people are just stuck watching thoughts. It's like, imagine just like not believing those thoughts. And he's like, he's literally said it for like 30 years. And every now and again, I'm like, oh wait, that's what he's saying. He's literally telling you, don't believe him. You're don't believe the lies. Imagine if you just believed you were free. But what y'all talk about? If you believe in God, you are better than atheists. Lol, to me anyway. Wait, sorry, I just read that randomly, not picking it out for any reason. Yeah, believe, think, assume, speculate are all synonymous. Oh, you guys are smart. You guys are making me think. That's true. But if a belief is just a thought, what does it have to do with me? I don't have the control over that system that creates thoughts as far as I know. That is so interesting. Belief's a dangerous thing. Definitely dangerous, huh? We could definitely agree on that. It is dangerous. You could believe something and psh, that's your life. Y'all are thinking, I think. Y'all are thinking, I think. Anyways, audio not matching your lips. Reset your YouTube, please. We got Georgia on the line. Who are we talking to?
Hey, man, it's Josh from Georgia. What's up?
What's up, Josh? A pleasure. How you doing, sir?
All right, man. Yeah, let's break down this belief business, man.
All right.
It's, you know, the words, I think the battle is just between words. Because the words they throw everybody off. And it's probably best to not even talk about it. Because it's like different people, like words in itself are going to like, they have different meanings, you know, like, and it just throws people off because everyone is in the chat and multitasking and thoughts are coming through our head while they're listening to what you're saying, you know. So remember when the old producer, Sean was like, words are the least, best way of communicating.
Yeah,
like talking to somebody is like is really, they're looking at your verb. You're listening to the tone of my voice. You're listening to the, you know, the way I'm looking, or the spaces in between my voice are more important than the words themselves. You know.
I totally that they're insufficient. That words, if I remember what he was talking about, is that words are insufficient for life, for describing, really.
Right.
You believe you agree? You were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what you know, people, Bible thumpers do, and people talk about religion. I do that myself because I went to college, unfortunately, and that's all they teach you to do is focus on the words and vocabulary, and it's like it's just a trap that throws you off. So the most famous Bible verse, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him. You know, it's like,
right. What does that mean?
Believe in Jesus?
What does that mean? That's the big question.
God, or what does believe mean there? But I think it has two meanings. I think it's like you just believe the truth, or you can believe the lie. but then also believe could also mean assume or think, like what the dude was saying in the chat just now. It could also mean assume or think or speculate. So it's a double meaning word. Like believing the truth is
That's why you got to know what people
believing
mean.
the doubt. Say again?
That's why you got to know what people mean. So,
Yeah.
yes, it's true. Words are insufficient, so to speak, but they're all we have. We're only human. We're not God. We can't connect our minds with each other and communicate. All we have is words. So they're not the truth, but they're a method of communication. And once you see it like that, once you don't see it as anything deeper than that, then you can attempt to do just that, communicate. And yes, the best, most truest things are people speaking as least words as possible, but also you got to be humble. It's like just work with what you got. And so that's why we conversate, right? That's why we have a conversation. And that's why I'm like talking about belief and then seeing what you guys think I mean by that. And then I like respond and we kind of try and communicate, right? So yes, they're insufficient, but it's all we got. We're not God.
It is all we got.
And so we're trying our best to communicate. That's all we're doing. But it is a good reminder, though, because we definitely hinge on words and we add all sorts of meaning. And another thing we do is we assume what others are meaning. Like we judge them for it instead of saying, wait, what do you mean by belief? Wait, what do you mean by what you just said? And that's like a lesson on our own self energy and hype. It's like, why are you so passionate? Where's your love?
Right. Right. You got to be like how Hake is. Hake doesn't really agree or disagree with his callers, you know. It's kind of like you just hear people out, and it may come to you afterwards what they were saying. So you really, that's why you should never really argue with anybody, because you don't communication is so like when I talk with people, it comes to me later on that's what he meant by that, you know. But in the moment, I'm like, my thoughts are in my head right now, and I don't know. Communication is weird like that, though.
That's why you gotta have patience. That's why you gotta have patience. You can't lose sight of the goal in a sense. That's what happens with distraction. It's like, and what am I talking about there? Well, in a conversation, it's like I ask something. Imagine then someone still goes off about something else, and they're having a different conversation. You know, it's just a matter of having some patience, right? Having patience and communicating. We're throwing words at each other, right? And look, you gotta. If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know what to say or agree what side or whatever, but I mean, when I believe if I believe something, I tell you guys. If I believe it, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm wrong for that, I'm wrong for that. But like, I tell you something I believe.
Wait, say it again?
I said if I believe something, I tell you guys, and if I'm wrong for that, I'm wrong for that. But like, it's the truth. It's what I believe. It's what I'm thinking and believing. If I'm wrong for belief, so be it. But it's what's happening.
Right. Same here. I mean, I like, even if you got, everyone has some belief, right? You can't not have a belief.
I wonder. I don't know. I'm going to leave that as an I don't know on that one.
Because how can you not, like, even atheists who say they don't believe in God?
Yeah.
Well, that's a belief.
That's true, huh?
You believe that there is no God, so you're believing. You always believing in something.
Hey, you're sounding very convincing, but I'm going to leave it as an I don't know.
Yeah, it's best to leave it as I don't know.
Right? But yeah, that's so true. Like, even if you say you don't believe something, right? Isn't that a belief? Like, you believe in not believing anything, but or is that just wordplay? Are we now just psyoping ourselves into not believing, being totally free of belief? Anyways, what a mess.
Yeah, and you know, it's like I'm
the belief about belief about belief.
Say again.
I said the belief about believing about belief.
About belief, and you know, it's like when you're talking, you're trying to sound educated. You don't want to sound stupid. I go back and listen to my calls, like I sound kind of stupid sometimes, you know. And it's like maybe I shouldn't talk so much, you know. It's probably better if you lose least words. So,
hey, you got to work with what you got.
Yeah, you do.
Those are the words you had. Ain't no use in crying about them words.
Yeah.
But cool. I like. I like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep it brief. You know, I don't want to be too wordy.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that as a lesson for myself. Sir, call me again.
Same here. All right. We'll do. Appreciate it, man.
What y'all saying? So where was I? Yo, thank you. Birdie Bound Brian says, work with what you got. Let the church say amen. Thor mode, thank you for the super chat, says, you can obtain belief just through looking at a few staged Iranian photos on Wiki. The war rises. Chaos, entropy. Chaos, entropy. We'll get on War Watch later, maybe. What, you don't like Charlie XCX? What's wrong with you, Lucas? This is a... I just cut this playlist for y'all as I was dealing with the buffer storm of earlier. And there's it's all freshies. It's all freshies. No sophisticated, nothing old, no oldies. Nothing. It might make you mad. You know Young Thug? You know Young Thug did like a house song? This is Young Thug. I'll get back to calls here. 844-900-2229. I want to get right back to you. What did I have for you here? Oh, I guess War Watch is next. Let me get ready while we take this call. We got California on the air. Who am I speaking with? California. Appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Eric.
What's up, Eric? Appreciate your call, man.
Hey. Yeah, I wanted to touch on thoughts and beliefs because.
Let's go.
Yeah, the way I see it, it's not the way you guys were speaking on it.
Speak on it.
And I wrote out a super chat, so I just want to read it because it's easier for me while my ego takes over my ability to think.
Thank you.
All right, so I was writing, believe and thought are not interchangeable, and that's because the ego thinks and we let go. And what we let go of is we let go of anger, and we observe, right? Because we don't think. You know, it's the ego that's always thinking. And then so once we believe, we become identified with the mind, which means we become the ego. That's why we're either one with God or one with the devil, one with good or one with evil. But so thought and belief are completely not interchangeable whatsoever. Well, that's why Jesse always says all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. And the reason is because it's not you that's thinking. It's everything you've believed your entire life, which created all the brainwashing, which has now become your trauma. It's become everything. It's become what's controlling you anytime you believe. That's why you can't believe anything. You have to doubt all thoughts. That's why Jesse says all the time, doubt all thoughts. You know, he says people are dumber than a rock because even a rock knows not to think.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we never think. We never, ever, ever think. In fact, there's no such thing as practical thoughts either. That's a big misconception, which, Jesse says there's practical thoughts, like I'm going to go make a sandwich right now. But it's not really a thought. You know how to make a sandwich. You just go make the sandwich, right? But the belief aspect of it is when people say, I need to make a sandwich right now, or I need to eat because that's what I need to do. That's a belief. So now the ego just took over your body again. You see, you can't believe anything. You have to, every time you believe a thought, you become identified with the thought, which creates an emotion. And then that emotion you feel in your body, which reinforces the ego, which makes you think that you're the one thinking again. And you just go around and around on that circle. It's like a hamster running on the wheel, and he never gets anywhere. You know, he just keeps running and running. And that's why when you look at society and you look at the way people behave and why they're all yelling at each other in traffic and they're on drugs and they're, you know, trying to appease women, and women are trying to control men, or trying to validate their ego through the attention that they can receive from men. No one has any control of what's going on because of everything they believe. And so when you guys said earlier that thoughts and belief are interchangeable, they're completely not interchangeable whatsoever. That's the whole point of all of this. The point is you're not the one thinking, and that's why you have to do the silent prayer and watch the thoughts. If you don't get good at watching the thoughts, you can't see that the thoughts aren't you. You're not the one thinking. Even when Jesse said this morning, like when a guy said, well, you know, do we have free will or not? Like if I decide to wear a blue shirt over a green shirt, well, it's not you that even thought that. Everything's already done. Everything's already been written. It's when you choose, it's not you choosing the blue shirt or the green shirt. It's believing that you were the one that chose the blue shirt or the green shirt, and now you're back off to the races. You're back on the hamster wheel. You just do what's in front of you. You know, it's like making a plan. Or the guy that he's like, well, when I get a wife, should I give her an allowance? And it's like just trying to think about the future, it takes you away from being here right now. So you're not seeing the beauty in this moment when you're thinking about, like, how am I going to deal with this crazy woman in the future? You know, you're completely blind to the beauty of this moment, which means you are the ego again. You're believing you need to be thinking about what to do in the future, if that even is your future. You have no idea, you know.
That is so interesting, man. And that's a funny example too. Like, it's if you can't be, let me just summarize, like if you can't be the head of a woman or just handle her right now, what makes you think you're gonna be able to do it tomorrow? But I guess you think that when you ask all your planning questions. I'm planning for that, but if you're not that right now, what makes you think you're gonna be that tomorrow? Just because you learned the answer to, should I give her an allowance or not? It's very interesting, not living in the moment. And a lot of what you said and a lot of what Jesse says is stuff that's so deep to me and has changed like how I think and all that. And I think about so I know that my emotions aren't real. I know that I don't have any issues with anybody. Like it's totally like a paradigm shift in my mind. I gotta say that the very visceral, like not visceral, but the thing you're describing, the closest part that you are with the ego, like where you're touching skin to skin, which is like the very day-to-day actions you're taking. I've still won with that. And when I pick a shirt, I think I don't even sit there and think I picked the shirt, but you know, I don't think that I didn't. And I gotta say that I hope I separate from that. It's one of those things that's like a real mystery, a real paradox. And I think you understand what I'm saying. And many do, I bet.
Like even
thing you're talking about, like I know the thoughts are in me. I know that the feeling. So that's totally changed my life. Like I don't fight with people, like nothing. Like it's totally changed my life. But yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I gotta just be honest of how I live. When I pick a shirt, I still think it's me. But that's interesting, man. It's super interesting.
We don't believe anything. There's nothing in life that you can.
I want to ask you about that.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because as soon as you believe it, that's a thought, right? A belief is a thought. You either know, you either see what to do in front of you. It's not a thinking process. We never think. The silent prayer brings that awareness that,
Let me ask.
I am not my thought. And wait,
Go ahead.
Just one part. And Jesse says it all the time. If you're the one thinking, well, then just stop thinking.
That is so interesting. Let me ask. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know. Yeah.
I wanted to ask if.
And that's how we know we don't have free will, because if we had free will, we'd be able to stop thinking. And I've never been able to stop thinking, which means it's not me thinking.
That's so true. And for me, like, just, you know, for me, like, not knowing that I don't have free will, it's just like this. For me, it's just simple. You know, people have a binary in the head. Like, if I don't have a free will, then so then who's choosing, right? But if you are unable to figure that one out, you don't really need to. You just have to know that you don't have a totally free will. It's not 100%.
No, you have no free will.
Right.
No free will.
That may be true.
If you say you don't totally have a free will, you're believing you have some control, and that's you become the ego. You become the devil right then, and then the world controls you. And it's not a good world. If you look out there, it's a blind, evil world, and they're evil because they're blind. And you took on all of their beliefs. That's why you became your mother. You were made in the image of your mother, because she was your first emotional dependence. You were emotionally dependent on your mother. She was the weaker vessel. She played the good cop. Your dad was the bad cop. Like, and all of society supports that. So then everything that you learn through the media, by watching your parents, by watching other people's parents, sitcoms, everything says that women are victims and men are evil and men are abusive and women are the abused. And then so that's what you think, and you go out there and you try to defend women, and then they just walk all over you because they're like, "Wow, look at this weakling."
Is it you? Is it you doing the believing?
You never believe. The ego believes. Because
right. So you said it's not you doing the thinking. It's the ego doing the thinking, right?
Always.
It's not you doing the believing. It's the ego doing the believing, right?
You doubt.
Wait. Is it the ego? You said yes. It's the thoughts. You're not doing the thinking. It's the ego doing the thinking. So is it?
All thoughts are created.
What about the
by
believing?
devil,
Is it you doing the believing or the ego?
Once you believe, you become the ego. That's why you can't believe anything. You have to doubt all thoughts, just like Jesse says. All thoughts are all lies all the time about
right. But what I'm asking, totally, man. I'm just asking though. Is it's not you doing the believing, it's the ego doing the believing, just like the thoughts?
Yeah, because
that's why people were saying that they're interchangeable, by the way.
To say I believe is saying I think, right? So a belief is just a thought, and you don't think. The ego does all thinking. So when you say I believe, you are the ego. The ego's speaking, it's not you.
Right. That's why people were saying the ego, believing and thoughts were interchangeable, by the way.
Anytime you say I
Yo, Eric, can you hear me? That's why people were saying that thoughts and belief were interchangeable.
Why were they saying what?
Because of what you were saying, that belief, that you're not doing the believing, that it's the ego doing the believing.
Thoughts and belief. Oh, they're saying that. Oh, that's what they're saying?
That's one way of interpreting that.
Yeah, you just flipped it a whole nother way. But yeah.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but the way people are going to hear that, usually they're not going to hear it like you just said it. Because then
that's why we got to communicate. And that's why you got to ask what you mean. And and so that's what we were doing.
Okay. Yeah. If they understand that, that's really deep. But yeah.
Very interesting, Eric.
But yeah, we never believe anything. Yeah, for sure. Because as soon as we believe something, Anytime we think we're in control of anything, we are the ego. So think even the practical thought thing. That's another one where I think deserves more attention, because Jesse said that there are practical thoughts, but
I always knew that Jesse said that for I always thought to myself that Jesse, and I've said this to some of my viewers before, but I've, because people called me, they're like, what do you mean by practical thoughts? What does that mean? And they were like even further confused. And I'm like, don't be confused. Jesse said that for y'all, because when he told you guys to doubt all thoughts, a bunch of you guys started doubting even just breathing and eating. You know what I mean? It's just like, whoa, okay, well, we got to help those people out. Okay, accept practical thoughts. Like, I always saw that as Jesse like working with people, because like some people were taking it the wrong way. But
well, it's not even you. It's not you breathing.
What?
Like, you're not the one breathing. You're not the one.
But wait, let me ask you this. Oh yeah, I want you to say what you were saying. You're not the one breathing?
Yeah, you're not. We don't breathe. No, the body breathes. That's a physical thing. That's not spiritual.
Right.
We're a spirit. So the
but what about like eating? What about like what about getting up to go to work? What about I'm going to eat something. I'm going to what about I know, but people were tripping. People were tripping, and they were like, should I doubt that too? Should I just sit here and do nothing? And Jesse was like, well, no, that's not at all what I'm saying. So he had to tell them practical thoughts are real. He was trying to help people out there.
And
you understand?
I think that trips him up. I think that's a big mistake, because there's no.
But help me understand. But here's what I don't get, because you're saying it's a big mistake, but you don't understand how people need to get up and like go to work. You don't have that thought run to your head. What do you do? What do you do with that? Your body just moves on its own. Help me understand.
No, you know what to do. And you can do everything you're doing without thinking. You can do it while you're watching the mind think. And then you see that the mind's not you thinking. The more you do the silent prayers, the more you make the space between you and the ego, you and the thinking mind, right? So a new thought comes, and you just keep doing what you're doing, right? Like, I keep talking to you, and thoughts keep trying to pull me away, and I just try to not let them affect me by doubting them, and then I stay with.
I understand that.
You in the conversation.
Of course, I understand that.
So let me go back to Jesse's. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. So if all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything, how can there be a such thing as a practical thought? Because lies aren't practical. If every thought is a lie, you want to doubt all thoughts. You see? A practical thought would say, it's like, oh, that's a good thought. That's something that, yeah, you should believe that one. You don't have to think to go to work. You don't have to think to put on clothes before you leave the house. You know to do whatever you need to do to survive. It's just when you start thinking that, like, you need a phone, you need this new app on your phone to make your life better, or this new fancy watch.
That doesn't sound true.
What?
That doesn't sound true to me. And I would like for you to explain to me how you operate in life without thinking. And I don't mean the thinking that Jesse's talking about, when the devil's talking to you, over spiritual things and things that are not practical. I want to know how you, for example, put on your pants without thinking, make a meal without thinking, do your work without thinking. How is it that you're able to do that?
By doubting all thoughts. But
let's say you got to sit down and do an Excel sheet or build a car. How are you not using your thoughts?
It's not you thinking. That's the whole point. You're not the one thinking.
But I want to know how that is for you, because you might be it might be true what you're saying, but I'm a person who's living on this side of reality, still thinking that I've got to use my mind sometimes. Like, for example, if I build a car or something, I want to know, maybe what you're saying is true. Enlighten me to your reality where you're able to do that without using the faculty of your brain. And
reality is where you're building that car, but you never tell yourself once that this is what you should be doing, what you need to be doing. Because you don't believe that you're supposed to build this car. You just decided to build the car.
But you do
It's
think
just what
about
it
it,
is.
don't you? You have to think.
Mm,
You have to do this
it's
other
not
kind of
you,
thinking.
But you think by knowing it's not you thinking.
But what are you thinking, though? What is it that you're doing? Like, there is a faculty you're using, no?
Yeah, a knowing.
No, wait. Knowing what, though?
Because
You just
knowing
know
it's not-
that the
knowing
bolt goes here, and I'm gonna close my eyes, and it's like, no, you're thinking about the bolt and the size and how you should turn it, and it's a little bit off. You know, if I start screwing now, it's gonna, the teeth aren't gonna engage right. You got to think about all those things. Or am I tripping? Are you able to do that? Are you somehow able to do that in a different way that I'm not aware of? I'd like to know.
without feeling, so without believing. So that it's like you're just doing what you like. The thoughts are going on, but you don't believe them. You just, because once you believe a thought, you create an emotion, and then that emotion you feel in the body, and it reinforces the ego, and then you're taking credit for what's going on, thinking that you're the one doing it, and that's what you should be doing. So any time that you believe that you're in control of anything, you've sinned, because that's the point of no return. That's where you go unconscious, and then that's when you need people, places, and things. You seek out.
Bro, I'm
people,
just trying to
places,
build
and
this
things.
bike. You didn't help me.
Okay,
You know what I'm
where
saying?
did I
Like,
lose you?
I'm the guy on the street, and I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to build this bike. Now you just like, that didn't help me at all. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, you gotta not let the thought become an emotion. It's like, I'm just thinking about me screwing this in. I'm not thinking I'm the king of the world. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for using my thoughts, my faculty of thinking, to build this bike? You know what I'm saying?
Anytime that you think they're your thoughts, yeah, you're wrong. Anytime
Fair
you
enough.
think that they're your thoughts, you
Fair
believe
enough.
that you're
That makes total sense.
You're the one thinking.
Yeah.
Because if you believe you're the one thinking, then you believe you create thoughts, and you don't create thoughts. Thoughts are created by everything you believed when you were unconscious, and when you were unconscious, you were subject to a blind evil rule. So you were subject to your genetics, your environment, which is your parents, and the culture you grew up in, or that you
Totally,
that
man.
you identified with, and then
I'm following
the
that.
media-
Just because of time, you're repeating a couple of things, but so interesting, man.
But that's why it's so important to doubt all thoughts. Doubt that you're the thinker. You aren't the thinker. You're not in control of anything.
I love this I love what we're talking about. But listen, just for me, so is there a faculty of thoughts that you're using when you're doing something practical? That you can say, I'm not those things? Right? Like you just said,
What
if
do you
you
mean?
believe that you're those thoughts, that would be wrong. But you're not wrong for using those thoughts to screw the screw in on this bike, right?
If you think that's what you need to be doing.
No. Without believing that that's what you need to be doing. It's just you're building this bike and you're using your thoughts because I'm looking at this thing and I'm using my brain to fix it and do it. You're saying that's a thing, right? That's real. That's how you operate. Right? You're like us, right? You're like us, like people, like humans.
We don't think.
Right. But
No, we see what to do. We know what to do. And
the
ego
question
thinks.
was, do you
And then we
use
go
your
on
mind to?
conscious thousands of
No,
times.
that wasn't the question. The question was, do you use your mind? Do you use your mind to do practical things in life? That has nothing to do with you believing that that's what you are, or what you need to be doing.
See, there's a catch
Yes or
right
no?
there where you say to do practical things in life, and what I'm saying is that what is a practical thing to do in life? There's a belief.
How about
system
your
that
job?
you
How about
think-
your job? Is that a practical thing to do in life? Work and make money to eat, like the Bible says. Do I need to throw that in?
And it's not you thinking, is what I'm saying.
But like, is that a practical thing? You said what's practical? How about that? Is that practical? Working so that you could eat. Is that practical? Any day now.
I'm trying to. I'm waiting for it to come to see it.
Cause like I think you're on it, man. Like I mean, I'm the various spiritual things. Now I'm just nitpicking about practical thoughts. Cause it's like, bro, you totally use your mind. You totally like unless you're like coming down from a
But it's
cloud
not
and you're
your
about to
mind.
teach me, hey Nick, I'm about to teach you a totally new way of living. I'm here for it, bro. But other than that, you're like me, dude. You use your mind. Let's stop playing. You use your mind to cook. You use your mind to put on your pants or whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro?
You just called it your mind again, though.
I know.
You
Okay,
just
fine.
identified
And you know
with
what?
your
Thanks for catching me on that. Look, you're on it. You've been listening to like you're on it, and we do that. We identify with the mind, and we're wrong for that. But bro, you're like me. You use your mind to you do practical things. Or am I tripping? Do you have some like new way of living? The first human in the world to not use it, right? Like you use your brain. You use your faculty of thinking. You know that God gave you, in my opinion. Does God have a mind?
That's a deep question. I've never heard that one.
Does God have a mind?
That's a good one. No. No, God doesn't think and God doesn't feel. Yeah, God has no mind. That was a good question, though. I'm surprised I didn't answer that faster. But yeah, for sure, God doesn't think, and because God is all-knowing. So God knows, doesn't think. Yeah, and the only way to have an emotion is to believe a thought, which would be identifying with the thought, which creates the emotion. So God doesn't have to think because he's all-knowing. So no, God doesn't have a mind. Satan owns the mind. Satan owns the physical and psychological world. God is all spirit.
Does the Bible say that God knew us before we knew ourselves or something like that?
I've never read the Bible. I've only listened to Jesse and some other spiritual teachers, read a few books, and now I just follow logic, and I learn everything from going within. So that's why the silent prayer is so important. And all these Bible thumpers, they get stuck with all this knowledge in their head from the Bible, and they never learn anything because they see the Bible as being physical and not spiritual, and it has all to do with going within. So every answer is within you. That's why I'm saying there's no such thing as a practical thought, because you already know what to do.
Bro, there's no way you use your brain. You use your brain like me. I'm not convinced. You use your brain.
No,
you use your brain like me.
This is so important. And this is why people keep getting lost.
And I don't mean that you use your brain like me as in like you believe your thoughts like me. You're sinful like me. That's not what I'm saying. We both know better than that to believe our thoughts. We both know better than that. We were both listening to Jesse. We believe him. I'm saying you use your brain like me, like the way I use it to do practical things, which you say doesn't exist. I say no, bro. You're like me. You do practical things and you think about them. That doesn't mean you're like believing that that's who you are. But hey, that's just my take.
So you're putting in a lot of identities right now, which are going to throw off a lot of people. You have a really fast mind, and I have to make sure I stay calm with you, just to like make sure I'm looking
calm
for the answers within, because you're going to pull me off.
I'm super chill right now. This is
me
actually me chill.
But yeah, I did answer your question pretty well about does God have a like.
No, thank you for answering. Hey, appreciate it, man.
Even to ask that question, Nick, was pretty slow on your part, if you think about that, because I just sat there.
I just saw someone say it in chat, and then I said it out loud, and you were like, "That's so deep." Da, da, da. I'm like, I just repeated something I saw in chat. Hey, Eric, man.
I just sat still, and then the answer came to me, which is what I'm saying is like all of our understanding of reality is all within, because reality is not found in the mind. That's why when you say like, oh no, you use your mind and there's a practical thought and this and that to get through life, and it's like, what are you calling life? Life is just the story inside of your head that you made up. There's no such thing as my life, right? I am life.
I'm just saying
I have a life.
I'm just saying you're
through life. When you say to get through life, you have to use your mind. You have to use a practical thought to get through life. What you're really saying.
But why am I an arse for saying that?
You have to think to get through the story you made up in your head. No, there is
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said you have to think like you use your thoughts to do practical things in life, just like me.
No.
And you're saying otherwise, but I haven't heard you tell me how you do it.
Because it's like when Jesse said.
But anyways,
like, well, the Indians weren't doing anything in here. They were just sitting around smoking peyote. Well, who says that like having all these new inventions and everything is creating a better reality, a better life? Are people happier now with all the apps on their iPhone, or were they better with the rotary dial phone?
I don't know.
And if you look at people's happiness and the way families collapsed since like 1950 to now, you're like, well, maybe the more complicated the world gets because people don't live from within, they bring the world within themselves, and then they become complicated. That's why it's like they're overcomplicating everything, right? So when you say what's practical, well, it's only practical to the story that you made up in your head of what's practical in life.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just talking about doing something. I'm not talking about believing it and being it like Jesse says. I keep making that distinction, but you keep going back to that. I'm just talking about doing practical things like going to work and doing things, right? But, hey, I get you're saying that you don't operate like that. I got you, but
No,
I appreciate it, man.
You don't operate like that either, is what I'm saying. The ego operates like that.
I believe I do, but whatever.
Right.
I don't see it your way, but I appreciate you telling me that. And I don't think that you're wrong. It may be nice to see it your way. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest how I see it, because I just can't fathom it. I don't understand. Like, I think God gave us this mind not to trip about it and believe the lies and believe the emotions, but to use it to do practical things, to operate in the world. It's how I think about how I'm gonna use this or that, how I'm gonna do my job. I'm talking very, very basic. I'm talking it's as basic as a faculty as breathing. You know, it has nothing to do with identity and all that, but it's there for a reason, in my opinion, and it's to operate.
God didn't give you a mind. God didn't give you a mind. Satan owns the mind.
Thank you, sir. We're going back and forth, man. We're doing the same conversation again, man. I gotta get to other calls.
Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to say.
Absolutely, go ahead.
It was, what was it? I wrote it down earlier.
No problem. If it's a new point.
Oh yeah. Everything you think is the obstacle to getting what you want. So if you really focus on that, everything you think is the obstacle to getting what you want, because it's not you thinking. So it's, you know, and then the only way to even have wants is to believe a thought, right? So everything you think is the obstacle to getting what you want. That's a
interesting, man. My desires are definitely a double-edged sword, a prison maybe. I appreciate your call, man. Can you call me again?
All right, thanks.
844-900-2229. Did I kind of piss him off by saying, I don't believe you. You think like me. Like, wait, I'm not. And I can see you guys in the chat already. Oh, Nick is or whatever. Have you guys ever hung out with like a guy who's like a little bit gregarious? You guys just don't have any, like, you guys don't have do you guys talk to anybody and make jokes? Like, if we were all like at a bar somewhere and you believe what you believe and I believe what I believe, and I'm like, I'm not convinced. Isn't that like a cool conversation? I think I pissed him off with that one. I don't believe him. What am I an arsehole? Like, what the hell? I'm like, sue me. I use my mind. Sue me. I use my brain to do things. And someone's telling me about like a totally different way of living. Thor, who super chatted me? Someone super chatted me and they said they wanted me to go up against Jesse on this. Thor mode says, "Can you tell JLP you need thoughts to turn a wrench?" Here's the thing. I feel like Jesse would agree with me. I don't think it's that complicated what I'm talking about. That's in fact what he's been saying. He's like, yeah, you use your brain to like build a house, but then you let go of the thoughts and you move on and live your life. But what are you gonna do? Just like put your hands up and the knowing will build the house. Maybe, but you're gonna have to prove it to me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Caller was cool. Chill. Everybody be chill. Caller was cool. Okay. Not gonna. You're a little autistic, Nit. Not gonna lie. Okay, but like, what? Am I wrong though? Maybe I'm a little autistic, but it's not like what you guys think. Like I'm hating you, or I'm like, or so. I don't know what y'all thinking. Like Mark, like I had to sit there. Like I'm supposed to sit there and yes, maybe I interrupt or maybe I even misunderstand something. But I have to like undo multiple levels of confusion and just sit there and be yelled at because I just have to. Like, whose show is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what the hell? Debate the point. What was the debate? There's no debate. We're talking about how tell me, you give me the source. Give me the source. On the textbook on what we were discussing. Here, guys. Let me end the debate for you guys. Here's the text that I don't know clears it up. We're talking about the inner world, the mystery of the inside. You know, the mystery of our inner world. I'm retard maxing. I think, was that the same Eric who gave me all these coffees? I mean, I appreciate your coffees. And he was talking about retard maxing. I don't know if that was the same Eric. I don't want to dox. I don't want to say. I don't even know. He's saying retard maxing. This is maybe a different Eric. Appreciate your coffees. Oh, side note. Hey, I just see Hake in the chat. He says, many thoughts are impractical. I'm remembering one of Hake's summaries / explanations, his take on it, and it's just consider the word practical for a moment. Getting up to make breakfast is practical. You got to eat. Tripping about what you should eat or why you should eat breakfast, or or even just sitting there thinking about it, what's practical about that? Practical versus impractical, just very simple, right? Like there's nothing practicable. There's, even if it's a practical thing. Sorry, Salazar Productions, man. I didn't realize you were in Galahad. I didn't realize you were in the Discord. I'm gonna get to you next. But yeah, I remember Hake's summary on that one. It's a good one because it's just consider the word practical. You're like, but Jesse, I heard you say practical thoughts are fine, but this morning I was worried about if I should have cereal or oatmeal. The practical part was I need to eat breakfast. The impractical part was tripping over it. A Hake summary, I remember. Okay, look, we got a whole bunch of calls. What do we do next? Let's talk to Galahad, who's in the Discord chat. Sir, I appreciate your call. Jumping in the chat. How you doing? You're on the air.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
How you doing, sir? All is well.
That's great to hear, bro. Got a couple of things I want to unpack with you. Exactly about what you're talking about right now.
Okay.
Okay, so practical thoughts. Jesse gets, right a couple of things. Some things he gets wrong, but we can talk about it. So
let's discuss.
Thoughts can be from the devil, right? We agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have practical thoughts, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
You just said.
I can use my mind practically, I believe. Or whatever this faculty of thinking, whatever it is, maybe you want to call it something else besides maybe the thoughts. But yeah, I believe I can use my brain in a practical way.
in the Catholic Church, we call that you.
Help me understand.
Catholic Church, we have 3 streams of thoughts. One's from you, practical thoughts, the ones you have total control over, right? And then you have thoughts from the devil, right? Thoughts that make you angry, they give you fear, anxiety, they puff your ego up, right?
I'm
But
hearing
we
you.
also have thoughts.
I'm not saying
we
I'm not
also
saying I
have
necessarily
thoughts from
agree.
God. Okay, so we also have thoughts from God. This is what Jesse is missing.
So
How do we?
I don't know. I mean, you have thoughts from God?
Yes.
And
the
what are those
Catholic
like?
Church tells us this. These all are telling you to be humble and to be grateful.
So you get thoughts from God?
You absolutely get thoughts from God.
No, you Galahad.
what-
You Galahad. You receive thoughts from
course.
God?
After I learned how to discern, because this is called spiritual discernment in the Catholic tradition, and it's based on the Bible. Christ said to
But you
renew
receive.
your-
Wait, but the
your
question was,
mind.
do you receive? I'd like to hear about all that, by the way. But the question was, you
We
believe
all do.
you get thoughts? You get thoughts from God, Galahad. You get thoughts
We
from God.
all do.
Well, I'm asking about
we all
you,
do.
Galahad. You receive thoughts from God? From
Yes,
God?
of course.
What
of
are those
course,
like?
Of course. They are always telling you to be humble and to be grateful. You have to discern, right? You have to like test the spirit. Because then that's what Jesse gets right. Always doubt, right? Doubt your thoughts. That's totally correct. You have to observe it and see what is the result.
What was the
in
last
the
thought
end,
you got from God?
To call you and explain this to you.
So God told you through your thinking, through your thoughts, to call me and explain this to me.
Yes. Yes.
Why would God say that to you?
Because he loves you.
I don't know. I'm just not convinced. Maybe I'm just a total skeptic or something. But it's just like
He
I just
doesn't want you to be trapped with Satan
God
in your
is
mind.
talking to. God told you to call me, man. You
Yes.
really believe that?
I really do. It's not a voice, right? It's a stream of thought. That's why you have to check it. Like, is this a humble thought? Is this a grateful thought? Because I'm actually very grateful for you guys. I'm very grateful for all the things I've learned with you guys. We've learned how to doubt the thoughts, right? That's a major breakthrough for most people. And humbly, I need to give back to you guys.
And I know you support it. I appreciate that. That's why I like these conversations. You know, I like talking to people. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. But I like that. But I mean, I can't. I'm not. What? I can't be convinced about that. Like, God told you through thought. How do you know the thoughts between? How do you know which one's a thought from God and which one's not?
I just told you, if it makes you grateful, if it makes you humble, if it gives you peace, you also have to watch the rhythm. If it's like an accelerator, like do it, that's from the devil. It's always very slow, very calm, very peaceful. And the results are humble.
Why would God need to tell me that he loves me through you, like in that way?
It's not like because that's the only way he could tell you right now.
But why would I need to know? Like,
do you like being trapped in your mind with Satan and all thoughts are from Satan? Do you like that?
No, but who says I am?
I'm just saying. You probably don't. And you also recognize there is a you. That's another thing that Jesse gets wrong. Like, there is no you.
I wasn't saying that.
Like, of course there is a you.
But I wasn't saying that. Just because I use thoughts just because I use a faculty of thinking, just because I use my brain in a practical way, that's not me saying that there's a me, and that's not me saying I even have control over thoughts. You were saying that part.
Who's using those thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
That's you, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how to answer that, but no. Here's what. I wouldn't say that personally. I'll tell you why though. Because Because those things arose from the very thing that I was doing. They were like already there. Like how math is already a thing that exists. It's just like your perception of it because of your proximity. The proximity to the bike and my desire to want to fix it arose the blueprint. There arose the very blueprint of reality to navigate it. That's just what I believe. I don't know what to tell you. But I don't think that necessarily means, I don't think I have to believe, or I don't have to believe there's a me for me to use my thoughts practically. I don't have to believe that personally. I just don't, I don't know why I have to do that.
Break you. I know it will be hard to break you off, Jesse, like completely in that sense. But the thing is, like, you do understand there are voluntary thoughts, and then you have like involuntary thoughts.
Tell me about a voluntary thought.
Right. So sometimes all human beings were just watching TV, and suddenly you have like a bad memory.
Describe a voluntary. Oh yeah, sorry, you were saying. Okay, that's voluntary.
Right? You have like a bad memory, or you start thinking about the future, or you're like, oh, this something negative comes to you, and you didn't voluntarily think about it. That happens to all human beings. That is the devil attacking you. That is what the Catholic Church teaches. When an involuntary thought comes to you and it's a negative thought, it's attacking you. Sometimes it can be even a positive thought, but it pops you up. It gives you ego, or it results in like, anxiety or things of that nature. It gives you like a higher rhythm, like you're like sped up. That can be the devil too.
What's a voluntary thought? Describe a voluntary thought.
The practical thoughts, like, okay, I have to, turn right with the wrench to fucking bolt in the screw or whatever. That's a practical, voluntary thought, right?
Yeah, in a sense, I think so. It's like using a tool, man. Right? That's how I see it. But you can't,
like,
you can't,
what am
you
I
can't.
Going to have for breakfast?
But you
that
can't.
Is you, right?
But
that
you can't go beyond that.
Yourself.
I don't think you can go beyond that, though. Personally, I don't think you can go beyond that.
You can't. That's the limits of your you thoughts, of the thoughts that.
But
come
it's not
from
a. It's not even a you thought. It's the limits. It's the limits of the very thing you're doing. It's just the limits. It's just the limits of the. It's just the limits of the reality you're interacting with.
I totally agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I totally agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like.
But I don't know about.
Thoughts,
but here's where right.
Thoughts.
I think I can agree with you. Yeah. There's a part where it's voluntary. Like I think maybe it's possible that there's a part that you're like the same way you use your hand and move your hand, right? You voluntarily move your mind. I think I can somewhat believe that. But I want to ask you.
Yeah, like if I say to you,
the limit to that.
Square.
Right. That's what I'm following. But here's
right?
here's where there's a limit though. Here's where it cuts off. You can't even choose to believe that you're free, or you know what I'm saying? Like choose to believe. Go to a depressed person and tell them stop believing that you're depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you can
help me understand that part. Help me understand that part.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can teach them that the thoughts that are making them depressed is not them. Is something involuntarily that is attacking them. That is the spiritual battle that Jesse talks about, right? We are in a spiritual battle. But what we have to be taught is to discern between thoughts from the devil and thoughts from God, and our own practical thoughts, right?
So the Catholic Church teaches this?
For thousands of years, bro.
Can you send that to me if you have anything on that?
Yeah, there's a book from Saint Ignatius of Loyola. He was a Jesuit priest. There's another book from Saint Catherine of Siena. She's a Dominican priest. Well, not priest, but a Dominican like affiliated.
So
person.
modern cultural modern cultural interpretations, aka religion, more religion. But hey, I want to read about it. Can you send it to me?
Ignatius of Loyola was in 1500s. Saint Catherine of Siena was in 1200s.
Yep.
But if you read the gospel, it says so right there. In all things, be grateful. humble yourself before your Lord. Like it tells you which are the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Right.
Right. So
And that's how you
discerning,
develop the fruits
discerning.
of the
Yeah.
Holy
So
Spirit.
like, so the things that are good, right? The things that we can file under the. If I was writing like a short story, and it's like think of things that are good and think of things that are bad. That's how you decide what thoughts are from God. Sounds like more religion.
Not really.
Not necessarily
Not
a
really,
bad
because
thing,
you
but
can-
it sounds
you
not
could-
like
you could talk
it
yourself
doesn't
up
sound like
through
God
the-
is doing any
through
of
the-
that. It sounds like that's just us. And also
But that's
God
the thing.
and the thought that told you to call me, but I do appreciate your call either way.
But that's the thing. Like you have a will of your own, and the involuntary thoughts, that's the devil and God battling for your attention. And then you can willingly start thinking about the good things that you know are come from God, like peace, generosity, kindness, charity, chastity, soberness, kindness, right?
Right, words and
Gratefulness,
information.
humbleness. These are all things that come from God. Those cannot come from Satan.
Right, many have said this for
This is in
thousands
the
of years.
Bible, bro. This is
Right.
what Jesus taught.
Because man over a long time pretty much figured out what's good and what's bad, sort of. But hey, Galahad, call me again.
Sure thing, bro. Love you, bro.
Take care, sir.
Bye.
Peace. Man, we got so many calls. And I'm just gonna keep these rolling. We're just gonna show mad love to the calls. Thank you for holding for so long. We're gonna keep it rolling. We got. Is this Hawaii? Do we got Hawaii on the air?
Oh, hold on. Shit. I'm at. Oh, sorry.
While you're figuring that out, I realize I mentioned it and I never ended up reading it. Eric and his coffee, man. Thank you so much. Retard maxing, he writes. The compulsive thinking that creates our suffering is completely dependent on anger. The ego fixates on what's missing. You let go of anger. It makes perfect sense. Retards aren't angry. That's why they don't overthink. Retards don't think about themselves, the ego. You can't be angry without thinking about the ego, which you call yourself. The ego compulsively thinks because it's chasing happiness. I go on long walks with my dog, and the only way I can stop thinking is by focusing on letting go of the anger. Letting go of anger turns off compulsive thinking. Don't just sit there and watch. Let go of anger and the thoughts stop. Yeah, you have like a story in your head. You're holding on to something, and Eric's totally on it with that. I say that about the people with mental problems, retardation, and all that, because I don't know about you guys. I remember having some programs in school, and I also did some call it lightweight volunteering, and I get the romantic notion of like the mentally retarded person who's like living far less, is thinking far, not overthinking so much, and there's so much freer. No, I'm not even trying to poo-poo that. Like, I hope that's really happening. But the ones I've met, they have very little emotional control. They get angry really fast, but they also let it go really fast. They're like children. It's really no biggie. There's a lesson in that. There really is. I think Washington is this. Who am I speaking with? I'm sorry. I said Hawaii, but that might not be true. Where are you calling from?
It's Nada.
What's up, Nada? I appreciate your call.
Washington. I haven't talked to you in a couple of years here, I think, Nick.
How you been, sir?
Probably. I'm doing well. Just saw you on. Figured I'd say what's up. And a kind of an interesting topic.
Cool, man.
Sounds more like we're having like a definition. But every time this comes up, that's sort of what it turns into, right? It's more of a semantics.
Right, because we're just trying to understand what each other means by it. Because we're using words, but what do you mean, right? Let's try to understand.
So, I mean, I get what both of you guys are saying about to turn a wrench. In a way, yes, you are thinking, but probably only that first few times you learn how to use a wrench, you're thinking. After that, it really is not thinking. You see the nut, you know what to do already, and you just do it. Now, should a problem present itself while you're doing that, you might think. But I don't know. I guess that would also be thinking. But yeah, any problem solving involved in that would be thinking. But in general, just to assemble a thing, you may be able to do it without thinking.
After,
as an electrician,
right?
I
I'm following.
autopilot a lot. I could do a whole lot without even thinking.
Yeah, that's cool. Muscle memory, just like, I don't know, the body operating. I believe it.
Or you brought up you're building your bike, you're building a car. I just did a engine swap in a MR2 a few months ago. For the most part, I'm not thinking doing most of it. But that's because I have been, I thought years ago about how to do things like that and learned and figured it out. And, until I do hit something challenging or an issue, I'm not thinking. I'm just doing and being. But I'm not sure that those are the thoughts that, Jesse or you or really anybody's really talking about. Not that type of thought, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I don't think those are the same thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, you can match your clothes. That's okay. Say, oh, I have blue on. Maybe brown looks good at blue. That's cool, right? You can do that if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's thinking. I mean, if you maybe if you go further
that's
than
the
that,
practical thought.
And you start injecting, if you start injecting, maybe people will like this outfit, etc. That might be what.
Or even simpler. Yeah, no, I'm following you. Or even simpler, just believing that was you. That faculty you just used, like if you breathe with your lungs, are you your lungs? You're just using your lungs to breathe. If you think with your mind to put on a shirt or build a bike, are you your mind? No, you're just using your mind, right? It's like it's like an organ. It's like a faculty. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That tracks.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, when you start injecting those additional thoughts into, so you're going through this thing, and I guess you're doing some level of thinking. But once you start applying.
Whoa! What happened to my calls? What the? What happened to my calls, man? Hey, what the? Lotto, chill out, Lotto. That's your president. What a ghetto hoe. That's your president. Worried about your BBL. Man, Nada, call me back. Hold on, we're turning the lines back on. Not sure what happened there. Logging back in. We're just getting like destroyed here, man. What a mess. Like, why? Lines are open, 844-900-2229. I don't know why that was going on. I had Nada, sorry about that. Callers, call me back. I'm going to get right to you. We're going to rock the calls back to back. No delay. No messing around. Okay. We had six of you. We had the lines full. It's saying the lines are busy. They're open now again. I don't know what happened there. We had the lines full, baby. Cloud Bops. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay, let's get to calls. We're going to rock the calls back to back. I'm giving Nada 1 more minute. Give you priority if you want to call back. 1 more minute. Priority. Calls are coming in. We're filling up. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm getting call cannot be completed. Why is that? Oh, no. Try 1 more time for me, Nada. I appreciate the patience. What's up, Nada? Thanks for the patience, Nada. Oh, hold on. Thanks for the patience, Nada.
Yo. Nick.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the patience.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. I guess there's something on your side or something.
I think so. Just it logged me out and ended all the calls.
Ew. Yikes. But no, I actually just called because, I don't know. I just wanted to say what's up, really.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. Thanks for the support.
Shout outs to the 1981 crew there. Kevin Howe, James Hake. You know,
Big
whoever's
ups.
Not around.
Of course.
Yep. But yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting topic. It's not. I don't know that. Yeah, I think it's a definition where, you know, what thoughts are we talking about? What, you know, and where are we drawing that line of what's sort of automatic and I don't know. I think it's more what Jesse gets at. I think is when you're thinking thoughts past the practical, right? Isn't that basically what he's saying?
Bingo.
Like assigning importance, let's say, to things, or any other kind of value to
Well, the thoughts that bring you conflict, anxiety, pain, fear, happiness, excitement.
Right. But yeah, anyway, I'll let you get to your other calls. Nice talking
Man,
to
thank
you.
you.
And
Call me again,
shout
sir.
out to chat. Yes, sir. Will do.
Take care.
All right.
844-900-2229. What is this? Okay. Let's keep it going back to back. We got New Jersey on the air.
Hello.
New Jersey, thanks for your call.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, what's up, Ross?
Hey, what's up?
How you been?
Good. I'm telling you, I'm going to help you out a little bit and tell you what you're fighting with right now.
Tell me.
You're fighting with your emotions because think about what God does give you when you're born.
What? Like what?
He gives you your senses.
Your senses.
Right? Correct. So when you, as a child, are growing up, you find particular things that you like, and when they're taken away from you, you get angry. So as you go through life, the things that you get that you like, you enjoy because of your senses, and the things that you don't like is because you're either not used to them, you're afraid of them, or somebody has taught you not to use them, and it's bad. So your senses is what you're arguing with right now.
Help me understand how you're seeing it more. Where was I arguing with that? Because I think you might be right.
Well, you're arguing with knowledge, which people teach you how to learn how to speak. Then you're learning how to do this, and you're learning how to do that. And then you, at some point in your life, you get to a point where you say, why did somebody teach me that? I'll never use that again. So you sort of feel like you got used. Mm-hmm. Or you'll go through life and you'll hit something else, and somebody will tell you a bunch of stuff, and you're like, oh, they're just full of it. You know, I don't want to hear that. So your senses build as you age because the older you get, the more you're able to see the BS, you know, that's being dealt to you versus what's real and you need. And a person that's capable of building their own life or building their own things are going to go in a direction that's going to make their senses come to, mostly to life. Where they say they meet a pretty girl, man, I'll tell you, boy, if that happens to you one day, your senses go off. You don't even know what to do. If you're into that, whatever your feelings are, it's built by what your life builds into you. So what you're becoming when you're born, you start getting taught. And then as you move through your teachers through life, your senses all get set off at different times. If you understand what I'm saying.
It's interesting.
Well, it's
the
the
senses.
way it works. Your God gives you your senses, but the people that you meet give you your intuition.
So can the senses be fooled? Are the senses reality?
Well, it depends on what order you put your senses in. Right now, our eyes and our ears are being tricked every day because of what we watch and what we see. So we have to go to a third sense to be able to maybe find enjoyment, like taste or touch, or what's the other sense that I'm missing here? Taste, touch, eyesight, your hearing, and...
Taste, touch, eyesight. Taste, touch, eyesight, hearing. Taste, touch, eyesight, hearing. Yeah, there's another one, right?
Yeah.
It's the five. They say it's five, right? Five senses? What are the five senses?
We got five senses. But it depends on which sense you put first. Most people will put their eyesight first.
Sight, hearing, smell. Smell. We left out smell.
Smell. Well, smell is a very important sense. Very important. Most people put that up there.
Olfaction.
Right, eyesight and hearing.
Your olfactory senses.
Exactly.
Okay. Tell me again once more. The senses. What's the importance of them? What's the point of them again?
Well, they're given to you by God. So if you're going to entertain them and keep them happy in life, you want to give them the best that you can give them. And that's rewarding God. If you're taking away from them, neglecting them, and making yourself suffer in pain or in anything else, you're going to feel neglected by God.
How do you properly, what did you say about the senses to treat them right?
Entertain them.
How do you properly entertain the senses to please God?
By using your imagination.
Help me understand more. Elaborate.
By using your imagination wherever you go, you can be in your own world inside your head thinking whatever you want to think, but the minute you open your mouth, you usually get in trouble. Or if you're a real good speaker or a real good smiler, somebody that can get along with everybody, all of a sudden, because of your beauty, you're being elevated by other people because they like the way you look, they like the way you smell, the way you act.
If I enjoy my senses, am I glorifying God by enjoying my senses?
Well, I believe that's why He gave them to us.
So if I use my senses to feel good, is that glorifying God?
Well, you got to go back to the Ten Commandments again. It's how much do you want to enjoy one sense over another sense? Do you want to split it between them? Do you want to have an enjoyable life? Do you want to be with somebody to enjoy the experience? Or do you want to be teaching constantly? Are you an entertainer or are you a service person? What is your life's goal? Like, what do you enjoy doing as a person? Usually, as you grow up, you're learning the whole time.
What makes you feel good?
A point. Exactly. And as you
this sounds like sense worship. Is it true or no? Are you worshiping your senses or God? What? This sounds like sense worship.
Sense worship?
Yeah. The worship of your senses.
I've never heard of that.
Think about it.
I've never heard of that.
Well,
it's the only
I'm merely using words to describe something happening right now.
I can agree with sense worship. I think
Right,
that's-
because you're saying if I enjoy the senses to the fullest, which is what God gave me, is I'm glorifying God. But that's what drug addicts do.
I think it's right, but that all depends if you're under the law. See, as you grow older, you have to abide by laws. How do laws restrict your senses? How do other people restrict your senses? Because how you use them. Do you look at the wrong thing? Do you smoke the wrong thing? Do you do something else that inhibits your senses, giving the other people the ability to be able to discredit you?
But drugs, they tickle the senses, not they overstimulate them to the point of delirium, right? And that's where you blur the lines. But wouldn't that person be utilizing their senses to the fullest? You know what I mean? Would that be glorifying God or what?
It all depends on how their senses work in the world. Are you able to get along with other people? Are you able to motivate them to get your job done? Have you made enough money where you can hire people to come to work to build your dream if you have a dream? It all depends on how far your imagination goes. If you're going to inhibit your imagination, you're going to inhibit your life, because you could have anything you want at this point, or you could just say, oh, I'm going to just sit on the fence and watch other people live their lives while I don't think.
I don't know. This sounds like this actually fits with what you've called me before about. Like you definitely are. I don't know. It seems when you speak, it sounds to me like you're very in tune with like the physical world, and I don't even mean that as a judgment. It sounds like the material world, and this fits to it. Now you're talking about the senses, and the senses are not mere senses to you. They are a way to worship God. I don't know. I don't make. But what if God just gave them to you so that you could see? You could see in the world so that you could walk around and not bump into things.
He gives them to you for whatever occupation you decide to challenge yourself with. Like you work right now inside of a building in front of a black box all day long. You watch names and numbers come up, and you talk to people on the phone. If you were outside and you were working, say, in the forest, raking up leaves, and branches were up in the trees, and the trees were shaking and branches were falling down, your eyes would be the most important sense, and your ears would be next, because you wouldn't want that tree to fall on you. So it depends on where you're coming from.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It depends where you're speaking.
No, I said I'm following you. Yeah, I guess you're kind of right about that, about the tree and all that.
So basically, we are a part of our environment that we put ourselves in. And our senses adapt to that environment so we can get along with one another, so we can prosper. So
one more time, yeah. I mean, some of that actually, I don't know, some of that kind of hit. But let me ask, just for time and before we get to other calls. So is the individual using their senses to get drunk and get pleasure? Is that person glorifying God? You said maybe, and I know I already asked you this, and you kind of gave me an answer. Well, but I want to ask it to you again. Do you mind?
Let me put it this way. Okay, think of Jesus, right? He got bled in one part of the world, but when he came to America in the boat, he came as the water, right? So if you think about the sun crossing over America, right, it goes from east to the west. And you think about the tributaries that run from north to south. That's the waterways. That's the cross that God does. He gives us. We each have our own cross to bear. What that means is we're carrying it through life, and we pick the roads that we walk on by who leads us. We are the cross. We're making the choices, the roads we travel. And water is what Jesus is in America. So if you want to float and get back to heaven, you have to take the waterway to follow that back up the channel. First, you should paddle up during the first part of your life because it's harder. And at the mid part of your life, you turn around and float back down the stream because at least you float on top. If you understand what I'm saying. That's why
abstractly.
Huh?
Abstractly.
Abstractly. Well, it's still a crossroad. You know, you got to follow the cross through life to find out your destination, and everyone follows their own roads. And it's the roads that are led by your teachers that you're listening to that implement you with their thoughts so that you're helping their business till you get to the point where you either save up enough money or build some equity where you can start your own branch, because it's all about trees. It's all about raising the root, the small forest up, getting them big enough where they can transplant into the world so they can start a community, which is the branches that they put out to bring in the smaller people so they can reteach it over and over and over again, like a forest.
Yeah, like I understand that abstractly. I understand the abstraction that you put out.
Did to America. Every time
I wonder
another
what
tree
you
got
mean by
sent
it,
out
though.
as a seed, huh?
I said I wonder what you mean by some of the things, but I'm thinking
Well,
about
listen,
it. Go ahead. You were about to
when you
explain
take
one of
the
them, and then
seed-
we got to move on. But I appreciate it. Go ahead. You were about to explain.
One last thing, like the seeds of the corporations, like Kentucky Fried Chicken or Denny's or whatever, they send the seeds out to all the communities. Those trees grow, people come, they eat there. They're under the corporation's umbrella or their tree. And then if you don't keep following that certain type of restaurant or that certain business, all of a sudden that business starts to shut down. And what happened is you've seen another generation go by.
Kinda. Yeah,
And that's
kinda. I think.
basically what happens in life.
Ross, man, thank you. Can you call me again?
Yeah, did it help?
I would like to know what you mean by some of these things, but you did kind of explain one of them. We'll have to speak further, and you'll tell me more. But yeah, you basically, I follow the abstraction you paint, the picture you paint a little bit, and then I'd like to know what you mean, right? What it means.
Okay.
What is Jesus? What does water and Jesus in America mean? Like, there's something about that. It's abstract in my mind. I get that you're speaking on what it might do to your life and how you might see it inside of you. So hopefully next call we can elaborate.
Okay.
Thank you, Ross. Can you call me again?
I can tell you real quick if you want to know.
Sure. Is there one thing you want to tell me real quick before we go?
Yeah, the fire that is in Jesus that it was bled out of him at the cross. That's the fire that burns anger, that makes us mad, that wants us to do better. The water is what Jesus had brought with him here to cool off the country because they needed something to soothe everybody that was in anguish. So they brought water, which is actually life-giving. If you know, the number one thing you need to live is water. So I think back in the olden days when the boats came in on shore, they were bringing water and other things in off their boats that the American Indians never really drank or anything. So they sort of got, a little bit maybe drunk or something like that. I don't know what happened, but, I'm sure there was some types of spirits being used.
I heard someone told me the other day the founding fathers were a little bit lit when they were writing the Bill of Rights or Constitution or whatever. But anyways, I don't know if that's true.
When you sail on the sea for a long time, the pirates used to have to carry rum because if they didn't take the rum and some citrus juice and stuff like that, what they would get is scurvy. And they didn't have any way to carry like fruits and vegetables so that they didn't get scurvy.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know that.
That's pretty wild.
I'm familiar with scurvy in the seas, but I didn't know about that one little trick. Ross, man, can you call me again?
Yeah. Take care, buddy.
Take it easy, Ross.
All right.
844-900-2229. We're rocking the calls back to back. No delay. Jermaine, Canada. We're going to you. We're going out to Canada. Canada in the house. I think we got Jermaine on the air. Sir, appreciate your call.
Nick, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
All is well, man. I was calling you today about the war.
Let's talk.
The war. I haven't been keeping up with it, so I catch your show the last time where you were saying Trump won it out, said you're done, it's finished. But you were saying they want like not the son of the same leader, because pretty much the same thing you're gonna get, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've just been seeing like a lot of people like chatting about it. I haven't like listened to the videos. Once it comes on and it's about the war, I'm like, I can't do this, man. So I kind of figure that it's a way of, it's an excitement for them to, not deal with themselves and what's going on. It's an escape for them to be blabbing about the war this much and going on about it. From my point of view, maybe because I haven't looked into it that much to know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I just see it as a way to escape, man. Pretty much, like how we use TV, television, night out, clubs, all of the other feel-good moment to just have an excitement and thrill.
Yeah, man. It's like it's an escape, like you said. It's chips. It's what's on. Who's playing on the game? Who's right? Who's versus who in tonight's game? Like, it totally is chips. For a lot of people, is there something you'd like to know about it? Is there some questions you have about it, or something you were wondering?
Not really. I mean, it's funny, man, because I don't know. I really don't know because, I hear them saying they're causing this war because they don't want to be arrested because they're pedophiles. Trump is doing this because of Israel. I'm like,
that's two things so far. Yep.
To be honest, I don't know if I care enough to like listen to really what's going on about it. Because from what I know, there will always be war, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That might be. There's some. You're talking about human nature. Yeah, I mean, unless someone changes that, that's right. Human nature is still human nature. So you're saying something there, right? Like war and war happens because of human nature. Yeah. But those things you brought up are interesting. I think, for example, the first one's totally ridiculous. It's a war over Epstein. That's like the most insane, ridiculous thing. See, a very enduring conspiracy that spans across left, right, Republican, Democrat, old, young, is that we're being run by satanic pedophiles. And look, is there evil in the world? Sure, but where is help me understand the connection. It's like, why did we go strike Iran over Epstein? Someone's got to explain that one. It makes sense. So that one has no basis. You can ignore that one. You said did Trump do it for Israel?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So that one is interesting because, and I'm no expert, I'm no foreign policy expert, but I've done some homework and whatever. Okay, and that one is interesting. Why? Because it does get to the heart of first of all, number one, the players involved: Israel, Iran, the U.S., and of course the surrounding nations, and really the whole world. And it gets to the heart of the motivations. What does Israel want, and what does the U.S. want? They align in some places, and they don't align in some places. Here's what it is: Israel is a nation. You know about Israel. It's a nation. It's out there in the Middle East, and it's surrounded by these countries, and that's not mostly an issue, but there is one country, Iran, that's run by an Islamic regime. You're familiar with that, right? The Ayatollah. Mm-hmm. The type of government that runs Iran is what, I don't know, smart people will call Islamist. It's a political and it's a governing ideology but its central tenet is Islam. Like they are Muslim, and so their laws reflect that, and many things reflect that. And so what happened is at some point, not to do a total recap of everything, but just do a quick, since you brought it up, and you said you hadn't looked into it. At some point, Iran and that whole region was pro-West. and there was a lot of work done to make that happen. No need to talk about it all, but a lot of work was done to make it happen, and they went pro-West. They gave women the vote. That's why you're familiar with that Iran of the past, that where they were women on the beaches and they weren't wearing burqas. It's because of that. They had basically imposed a pro-Western government, and they made a whole bunch of changes. The Islamic world rose up, and they said, heck no, that's not Muslim. Get out of here, America. Get out of here, Western world. That happened in 1979, and they took over that country, and that's those same people run it today. Those radical Islamists or whatever. Those people hate the U.S. and Israel. They have a big problem with them, both because of history and because of religion. So Israel has a big issue. They have these Islamists pretty much on their doorstep, and they have an issue there. That's not the same issue we have. We don't have Islamists on our doorstep, but those same Islamists control 20% of the world's oil, and we care about that. And those Islamists are also threatening to make nukes. We care about that too. So the big question is, like, the big question on people's minds is like, well, why did we do it? Why did we do it? Here's the thing. Iran, everyone agrees, even like anti-Semites or whatever, that if they're smart, if they're paying attention, agree that Iran is an issue. And here's my take. This is just my opinion. I think that put it simply, Trump just thought he could do it. That's all. That's all I think it was. I think just Trump, he really just thought he could do it, and he maybe still can. I don't know. I just don't know. But he really, I think he thought he could do what he did with Maduro. He saw the world. Yes, Israel wants to get rid of Iran so that they could expand and they can do blah, blah, blah. That's maybe not necessarily what the U.S. wants, but they're not necessarily against that. We just have different interests. Does that mean we need to be fighting Iran and bombing them? Not necessarily. If we can keep stability and keep the oil, then that's just good. That's good too. So the big question is, did Israel push it? Did Israel push it? Here's what I think is just, I just think Trump thought he could do it. Iran, however, whatever Israel thinks of Iran, the situation remains that Iran is a global issue. Iran controls 20% of the oil. They are a soft point in the global economy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So whether it was Trump or Kamala or Biden or whoever, they all have an interest to get rid of the current regime in Iran. So it's just my opinion that Trump just thought he could do it. He's just like, you know what? Here's another thing that I can do. I can make it happen, like Maduro in Venezuela, like blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to end up. And it's looking like maybe he's not able to do what he thought he could do. And that's why I think he wants to get out. So that's just what I think is happening. Sorry. Thanks for letting me go on that.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, because there's not much thought to put into it. Because, like I said, there will always be wars, right? And you were saying because they own have 20% control over the oil. And if I remember, I think you were talking about it because I was listening in and out to a couple of your videos the other day when you were saying they're selling the oil to Russia and to China, and so they're trying to cut the state out of it, or what?
You talking about Venezuela, right?
No, Iran. They're selling their oil to Russia, right, and China.
Yeah.
Right. From what
I think,
if I remember last time you were talking about this.
I think so.
You were saying,
I'm not. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
That's how they make their money, pretty much, right? Because they're oil based.
Well, here's the thing: they make their oil. They sell their oil to the world.
Yeah.
I don't know how much America, for example, buys Iranian oil, but I hear we do. I think we buy oil from everyone. But yeah, Iran sells oil to the world.
So you're saying we can say pretty much that's how they're financialized and financially supporting themselves when it comes to developing their weapon and probably keeping the country on a level of operating, because that's their biggest selling, right?
Yeah. They're infamously wealthy from all that oil.
Yeah, and you were touching on a video yesterday of this female talking about the oil. I was like,
Oh, you saw that too.
She sounded like she have no concept of how it works, because she was saying, even though we come up with all this new ways of energy, oil still dominates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it makes sense, because oil is just more, it's a natural resource. And she was saying, listen, they use it as a monopoly to control or whatever. I mean, you can say that, but it depends who's running the situation, right? Because you have good and evil people. That if the evil person have it, they're gonna not do it the right way, right?
Right. It's still human nature. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if they come up with green energy or not, because it will never be able to outdo oil or coal. It doesn't even come close enough to help the society. It's pretty much a scam from, because I used to work in the energy sector, and they'll incentivize you to get like EVs and solar panel and all this stuff, especially in Canada. Here in Canada, you barely see the sun in the winter, so I'm like, I don't know how you guys are gonna operate and use it. And then you want everything else to be electric. It just doesn't make sense. Because and from what I remember listening to the World Economic Forum a couple of years ago, what they wanted to do is to get the dumb people, that's what I call it, to invest and move over to green energy and all this stuff. And while they're doing that, the private company is going to come in and soup up the island and control it, and then they get to sell it to whatever price they want to, because you're dumb, you moved to green energy and it's not sustainable. So it's ridiculous.
Interesting, man. Yes, I feel like she was like educated editor at the New York Times, blah blah blah. But it's like, wow, she even with all the info and all the people backing her, that was how she concluded the world. It's mean people using dirty energy, and if only we had green energy, we would be peaceful. And it's like, what the like? You have no concept of reality. Jermaine, man, thanks. Anything else you want to speak on?
One thing before you go.
Of course.
Tell me what you think about this real quick. I'll try to make this story short. So I'm at the gas station Sunday, putting gas in the car, and then this guy pull up beside me, and he's like, bro, can you help me? My buddy encouraged me to spend all my money at the casino. So I'm like, what the? So I'm like, what? You have no money on your credit card, no money, no cash, no debit card, nothing. And it's like, yeah, we spend it all. And so I went up close to the car, and I'm looking at their needle, and it's like pretty much empty. So I'm like, you know what? I'll buy you guys gas. It's whatever. How much do you want? It's like, okay, just take this AirPod Pro headphones for it. I'm like, how much do you need? It's like, okay, 50. And I buy him 50. And I told him I don't need the AirPods, but he gave me anyway. But actually, when I look, it's like a $300 AirPod. But then I'm buying the gas. I went to the gas station to buy the gas, and him and his buddy in the front seat came out of the passenger seat, and now he's shuffling his trunk. I'm like, what the? Oh, and they're close to the car, right? Uh-huh. So I'm like, I'm just watching while I go to the gas station what you're doing, because it's still weird now. So I buy him gas, whatever. Going back to the car now, he's like calling me over, and he's showing me this. You've seen a Royal Canadian Mint Gold bar before, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, look at this. My mom gave it to me to say, whenever I'm in trouble, I'll just show it. And he's like, do you know how much it costs? I'm like, I have no idea. And he's like, come closer. And I'm like, while his friend is pumping the gas, but he shuffled around in the back of his trunk at the same time. And I'm like, this is just weird. I'm like, I'm good right here, buddy. I'm good right here. You can just talk and I'll look. And he's like, what can you give me for it? I'm like, buddy, I have no money for gold, okay? I'm broke. I'd buy you gas. If you want to get good money for your thing, just go sell it to a pawn shop. You probably get more than what I'm going to pay you for it.
What the heck?
The whole
you met a couple of skids is what you met.
And they're
That's what you call them in Canada, by the way.
Like scammers?
A skid. Those are a couple of skids there, bud. Teach you need to know this, by the way, as a Canadian yourself, right?
What is that? kid.
A skid. Those are skids you just met.
Yeah, and I'm like, these guys are so weird, man. And they're like flat out in gold chains and gold rings. I'm like, buddy, I buy you gas. I think that's enough.
That's so okay. So I got you. So you like tapped it or something. You tapped it. He started. One of them started.
No. I went into the gas.
You went in and bought it and paid for the prepaid the pump. The pump.
While I was going in, he's like, "Oh, you can buy it at the pump." I'm like, "No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
okay. I'll buy it in the store."
Gotcha. Very, very strange, man. Yeah, very shiesty vibes. They're like, maybe even if they weren't trying to harm you at all, they were definitely looking for a quick buck. They needed money fast. I don't know. Did it say an ounce? Did it say one OZ?
1 ounce.
Well, then they should know the price of that. Check up the price.
Yeah,
check the price of gold, dummy. What is this?
I think he's just trying to get me excited. You know when someone gets
Totally.
excited when they're selling,
No, it was totally
and
weird.
then you buy off your emotions. It was weird. Yeah.
Was he thinking like you'd buy that for like what, a couple hundred or something?
Probably.
Could you imagine that? Like,
know.
yeah, he's trying to get you excited. Because could you imagine that for a moment? He's like, "What? Do you know the price of this?" And so you're supposed to be like, "Oh, he doesn't know the price." And you look it up. You're like, ounce of gold, $5,000. This idiot. How much you want for it? $300. You're like, yeah, you'll buy that right away. That's very scammy vibes.
I didn't know what to do, so I did nothing.
Good. No,
even though I could have bought it from him, I'm like, no, I don't need it. Sounds like you
hell
need it
no.
more than me, but you're trying to give it away. It was weird.
Hell no, unless you can test that somehow right away, right there. And I don't mean like scratch test either, because you could put that pretty deep. I say, heck no. I would never buy that.
So in my mind, I think the headphones was just a setup, because the headphones are real. There's a serial number on them. I don't know if they stole it or what, but like,
Well, with that, they got the gas. And then they almost got you with like, even if it was fake, and he could even sell it for $100, $200-$300. The fact that you could, the trick would be in you thinking you're getting ahead because this person doesn't know that an ounce of gold is like $5,000, right? So but they're really got the scam on you, because who would do that unless you really. I just find that very unlikely that you just missed an opportunity to scam them, I guess. Be like, wow, I just made $5,000. This guy thought he was selling. Like, I feel like that would be very unlikely. It's more likely that you were about to get
scammed.
Yeah.
It was a weird situation. I was like, what the? Yeah.
Good thing you saw that. I think your vibes were correct. You didn't even go up to the door like he was asking you. I'm good right here. I'll look at it from here. I think you were on that.
Yeah.
Your radar was on it, sir.
Nice, man. Good shot in, Nick.
Of course, man.
It's Friday, so I hope you enjoy your Friday on the weekend, man.
Big time. Call me again, sir.
Sounds good, man. I have another story, but we'll leave it for another time.
Call me again, for sure.
Sounds good, man. All right, bye. Cheers.
Take it easy. Jermaine, those are a couple skids there, buddy. That's what you found. Skid 1, skid 2. And if they get too close, you start you just grab them with one hand, you just start feeding them the right. Just start feeding them, okay? I don't support violence, though. It's merely self-defense. Carver, man, thanks for the super chat. Says, post your personal info. I'll check if it's a scam. Classic. Taylor, man, thanks for the super chat. Says, if Iran had nukes, there would be a nuclear arm race in that region. Multiple nuclear powers in the most volatile region on Earth is a problem. Some people don't believe nukes are real, so I'd like to know how nukes are not real, but nuclear fission is real. How is nuclear fission real, but nuclear explosions, nuclear weapons, weaponizing of nuclear fission is not real? I'd like to know that. Kale, man, I missed your super chat from earlier. Thank you for that. Says, God does not guide the disbelievers. So you have to be a believer to be guided by God, maybe you're saying there, Kale. Appreciate your super chat. Thor mode, can you remind me, if you really want me to ask Jesse what I was saying today, I think you might enjoy it, and I think others will too. Can you find a way of reminding me? If you're ever watching the JLP show, type it in, super chat it away. I'd love to ask that. And thank you for everybody for the support. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brandon. What's up, Rumble? Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so anyways, let's keep the calls going here. I want to get to
Yo, hey, this is Dan the Computer Man.
What's up, Dan?
Can I switch over to my headphones?
You're coming in clear.
Oh, okay. Well, this is on my phone, so I'm in your Discord chat too. So, like, I totally have video on your Discord, by the way.
Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for being part of the Discord. I see you there.
Yeah, brother. You want to switch over to that instead? Or...
No, this is fine right here. No problem at all.
I mean, I got video feed going. Like, you can totally look at my dumbass, like, white ass, bro. Like,
nah, this works. This works.
Okay.
This works
so
for this part of the show. This part of the show, this works.
Okay, so I heard you might be a Gavin Newsom supporter guy or something like that.
No, never.
No. Oh. Well, what do you,
I think he's. I think he's like okay, but I'm not supportive. He's a total Democrat.
Well, I believe that both wings equal same bird, and it's all the same satanic bird, right? And we've been being fooled since we were. I'd say the War of 1812 kind of cemented like our direction towards working towards the central bank / British controlled everything. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, somewhat.
So, well, the Federal Reserve is a pretty big. It's a pretty big issue as far as our thing goes. We're losing all of our money if you save up, right? So let's say you save like 40 grand or 401k or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to save up all this money, and it's going to be worth like 1/10 of what it was when you were saving it by the time you're done with it, right?
Like because of inflation?
Well, yeah, because of intentional monetary policy that isn't proper. You know what I mean? So I mean, what do you think about what do you think about Israel like pretty much running the United States and Europe and most Western countries, and then China like kind of doing a 360 on them and walking out of the room and so like I don't know if you heard what China did, but they broke away from the globalist system.
How'd they do that?
Right. Well, I mean, they were a part of it at first whenever Israel actually sold them the weapon secrets back whenever Bill Clinton was in office. Like, you remember that thing, right?
It's not really.
Okay, so yeah, you got to check out who was that guy that sold originally? He sold the secrets to USSR, then he got put in prison, but he was immediately out, and he used to hang out with what was his name, Jimmy Savile, people like that.
I'm not familiar with that person. I may have been at one point.
I should look up his name really quick because, like, honestly, like my brain kind of defrags. I don't know if yours does, but whenever you figure out new things, your brain defrags and it just wipes stuff out that's not important. But let's get to an important question.
No problem. But really so far, I'm somewhat following. I mean, look, I got you. Like you were simply saying, yeah, you were just saying like, because you did ask a question. I want to get to it. Yeah. But you were just to summarize for the people who maybe lost. It's like you just talking about. You mentioned some like palace intrigue and espionage and stuff about selling weapon secrets and all that, and China doing a 360. But without having to explain all that, you did ask a question and make a point or make a statement. You're saying that Israel controls Europe and America and all these countries, and how do I feel about it? I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true. How do you know that to be true?
Well, how do you explain World War One and Two? So, and in 1948, the creation of the new state of Israel, right? So it's not they're not actually the Jews from the Bible, because Jesus says that in what is it, John 14:9, where he says that he's God, and then they immediately execute him after that, right?
They did?
And then yeah, and then Acts 7:43, where he tells them, hey, you guys aren't actually Jews, you've taken up the tabernacle of Moloch. He's explaining to them that they're Khazarians, basically.
He's explaining. Wait, who's explaining to who that they're Khazarians?
Jesus is explaining to the Pharisees that they're Khazarians. They're not really Jews.
And when did he tell them that they're Khazarians?
David. Acts 7:43.
In Acts 7:43, Jesus tells the Pharisees that they are Khazarians?
Yes, and Revelation 3:9. Revelation 2:9.
He never that word is not in there. They don't say Khazars. They don't mention the Khazars or Khazarians at all.
They say they're Jews and they're not, and do lie.
Right, but you said that he called them Khazarians. That's a modern conspiracy.
You can't use like a gotcha here, bro. Like, logical fallacies don't work on me. Like, so he.
No, it's not a gotcha. I'm simply saying
they're not the Jews, that they're not with David. They're not Davidians. They're not the descendancy of David.
Right, and then you connected that to a modern conspiracy, which has no basis of the Jews being Khazarians.
Have you ever heard of Khazaria?
Somewhat.
You know what that is? It's a Khanate. It was a Khanate under.
Have you heard of DNA testing?
Well, no, they don't. That's illegal.
Have you heard of DNA testing?
That's illegal in Israel.
No, that wasn't the question. Have you heard of DNA testing?
Have you heard that is illegal in Israel?
Are you familiar with the Levantine DNA? That the vast research on Levantine DNA, meaning Middle Eastern DNA, these people have.
They do not have any of the DNA that they claim to have. Because
so you're not familiar with the research.
For you to get tested.
So you're not familiar with the research.
I am familiar with who the research is funded by and who are they funded by. Who funded the research to the quote unquote Human Genome Project?
You don't even know.
I have one question.
You have no clue.
I have one question for you. Is Jesus God?
No. He's the Son of God.
You're retarded. Jesus is God. Jesus
is
the Messiah. He is the Messiah. He is the Messiah.
Right on.
Jesus is the Messiah. That means God is with us. That's in the prophecy. It says that the Messiah would come and fulfill the law. Am I right?
Nice. Right on, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right.
I appreciate it. I agree. He's great. Yep, he's the Messiah.
Oh, you agree? You agree?
Yeah, he's great.
So Jesus is God. Wait, is Jesus God?
No, he's the Son of God.
No. Wait, define the Son of God, though. Is he one with the Father or not? Did you read that passage in John that I just told you? John
Jesus said the Father's in him. Yeah, he's one with the Father. That's what Jesus said.
No, he said, so they were telling him, show me the Father. And he said, have I been with you so long, and yet you do not know me, Philip? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? So he says he is God.
Nice.
So therefore, all the Muslims that claim that he's a prophet are lying, because they're saying that he is a prophet, but he blasphemes right there by saying he is God. Right?
Cool. Nice, man.
Oh, wow. Somebody in your chat just said Jesus is Satan. What? Dude, these people are weird, bro. Holy moly, your chat is blowing up, bro. I love this. Okay. Well, let's answer some of the chat's questions, though. Like, Dan,
I appreciate your time, man. Can you call me again?
I mean, I'm always in the thing, and you can talk anytime you want, bro.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man.
All right. Christ is King.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Alrighty. 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 So let's see here. In the last bit, look at the time. We've been here together for some time here, huh? Even through the buffers and the mess. We've been together here for some time. How about we get to Aaron out of Maryland? Aaron, sir, you're on the air. Nice to hear from you. Aaron, Maryland. Going once. Maryland. Aaron. Maryland. Going once. Going twice. I appreciate it, Aaron. Sorry about that. You got to go. Amazing. So what can I say, folks? Let's yeah, sorry, Aaron. What? What the? We'll see if he calls back. But anyways, what can I say, folks? Hope your Friday's going well. We had calls on calls on calls. I appreciate it too, cause like, whatever. I'm down to talk about Iran, but there's nothing. I'm not gonna cover anything. There's nothing to cover. Oh, I did want to ask my last caller. You know, it was like we moved too fast before I could ask him. He's like, Israel. I mean, it was just like a lot of conjecture and like, you know, just like implication. It's like, Israel owns the world, dude. Israel runs everything. I'm like, well, how do you figure? Well, take a look at what country was created after World War II. A lot of countries, a lot of nations. It's like, explain what that means. Okay, explain what the creation of Indonesia meant. What about Jordan? What about India and Pakistan? Was that a Indian-Pakistani conspiracy? You know. The conversation has been like opened up. So I think it's like you can ask it now. I've gathered. I've been following politics and news for like better part of a decade, maybe more. So I've gathered. I get it. It was super not cool to even mention the Jews, and I get it. The Jewish people have like a strong ethnic. They have a strong identity, and they defend it, and they defend it hard. And that's how you get. Hey, shh! Don't talk about the don't even question anything about Israel, because what, are you a Holocaust person? I get it. That being said, the conversation's been open. People have come on the scene and have made that distinction and said, okay, no, I'm not saying Jews must die and I'm an anti-Semite. No, I'm just saying, why are we giving them so much money, etc., whatever. So when you come on and you say Israel runs the whole world, blah blah blah, it's like you sound dumb. And that's not even. I'm not trying to be personal. I'm saying that's not how you have a conversation. That's not how you think about things. That's not how you use your faculty of thinking. That's not how you do it. Because how do you explain then Pakistan, India, Jordan, Indonesia, the reestablishing of Austria, the reestablishing of Poland, the reestablishing of Czechoslovakia, the creation of South and North Korea? Did the Jews do all that? No, the Jews just did Israel because they have a strong identity and they fought hard for it. They were in the British Parliament. They were statesmen. They were politicians. They worked hard to educate themselves, create a wealth, and become part of the English elite and political class, that they were able to make such a request, a real strong one. Trust me. But that's what they did. You tell me the Jews did Pakistan, India, Jordan, Indonesia, Austria, Poland, Czechoslovakia, South and North Korea? You got to rethink. You got to check your own worldview. What's up? What are y'all saying here? What are we talking about? What are we even talking about? Huh? Is there anything more to say? Thank you, Thor Mode, with the super chat. Thank you for the support. No message. Shout out to you, Thor mode. Hey, I already told you this, so you understand Thor mode. If you want me to ask Jesse what I was talking about, let me know. What else? What else we talk about? What else we talking about? What's on my packet? Nothing's on my packet. There's nothing on my packet, okay? Do you play Marathon, Nick? Is that a game? Marathon? I don't. Or are you just talking about actual physical marathons, like you running around? I thought you were talking about video games. No, I don't play it or run marathons. So, when do we get to see your mother again? You guys want to see my mom again? Mama Anchor Baby. That was fun. That was fun. Oh, VR. That's right. Oh. Let me get psyched up for it. Hold on. Hold on. I totally forgot. VR? You guys want to do VR? You guys want to mess around in VR? Hold on. Let me go to the bathroom. Let me just stretch my legs. Hold on.
It's alright, we got fruit. We got convoluted, yeah, it's real. Put a concept on that feeling. Take a word and change the meaning only you. Take the house up in the ceiling. On the white island, reality side. Reality side, reality side, reality side. Venom in the fire. Enemies closer than you. Treat them into pine. Snakes slither in the spine. Take the fruit. Feel the 36 in the car. Everything related back to you. I have never been the one to talk. Cinderella word if it sits. Billy Tessa watch it fall apart. Looking for the arrow when you shoot. You take yourself seriously, you stop. Listen to your heart. Mirror the reflection of the law.
All right, let's do this.
Everything's funny when you see. TVC, my life is so cartoon.
Alrighty. I had to download it, but good thing you just heard it. It just downloaded. That was really fast. After the bandwidth storm, I guess I get amazing internet. I just downloaded. How many gigs was that? How many gigabytes was that? How many gigabytes? That was 5 gigabytes in like 30 seconds? What? Pure shenanigans, okay? Pure hot dog shenanigans. You guys love it. I think last time we made a Japanese guy twerk. Not twerk, crump. My bad. I think last time we made a Japanese guy, we were communicating. What I was doing is what I do. You know me. I was out there communicating with the world. You know how I do. I was communicating. It's what I do. I'm like, this guy's Japanese, but I'm going to communicate with him. I'm going to try. And so I did. And yeah, that's what happened last time. So we'll see what shenanigans we get into. VR was mentioned. So VR we shall. What else? Yeah, we made a Japanese guy crump. He was like, kuramp? Kuramping? And then I was like, Google it, YouTube it. He's like, kuramping? And then he started crumping. It was a total cultural moment. It was like a total connection, like a total cultural moment. And that was immortalized here on the Glizzy stream. So let's get into it. Get psyched up. Get into it. We're a hot dog. I'm a hot dog. Okay. That's just how it is. I'm a hot dog. Okay, so. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we'll get into. I'm not hearing any audio. Settings. The settings. The settings. This. I'm trying to do like Liam Neeson or something. That is the master UI menu world. Voices. This is normal. This is good, right? Mic check, mic check. So I'm being heard in the world. Maybe it's this. Oh, I'm not hearing. Hold on, hold on. Is that music? Are you hearing the music and I'm not? Okay, so we're having an issue. I can fix it really fast. Audio. Boom. Apply. Okay, so you can hear that. Can you hear this? Yeah, you can hear that. Switch it to me. Hold on, hold on. Boom. It's in my headphones. We're back. And now you hear it again. Okay, had to do a little rigmarole. Mic check, mic check. Okay, okay. All right, what the heck do we do? I forgot how to do this. I forgot how to do this. Should I just jump into one of these portals? Let's go. Oh, this is loud. Why is this low, though? This is low in my headphones. Should be louder for you guys.
Oh my god. That's an absolutely unit, man. Holy moly.
All right, we're in it. What's up, Carver, man? How you been, dude?
Where am I? Oh, what is your name? No.
So we're on a train. I think we're on a train. Okay. It's children in here. It's children. I went into the child portal. I don't know if I should be here. I think we should leave. This is a big train. This is cool. Hello. They're playing a good song, though. 1738. Run me, boys. I said, hey, what's up? Hello. So those are children. Someone showering? Someone showering in here? Oh. You left the shower on. You guys were raised in a home of no consequences? Were you two raised in a home of no consequences? I mean, I'm talking to you guys. I don't see anybody else. Were you guys raised in a home of no consequences? That's not very nice. I'm trying to be serious. And you're drawing a mustache on me. I don't have a mustache. Hi, yes, that's my race. Why are you talking about my race? When you walk in, when a black person walks in, do I say, black guy? No, you don't. Sorry, I'm sorry. You seem like a nice person, though. Like, I hope you have a nice day, though. Like, I'm not. So. That's a child, and I'm like ruining their day.
so tiny. Oh my gosh.
So I don't think they speak English, but hey, it's been sweet.
Hi.
I wish y'all well.
Hey, look right there. That's
Uh-oh.
Sage. No, Sage.
What?
The dog. The dog. 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 Go.
Okay. Phew, let's go somewhere else. Eject. Eject. Hey, Jim, you ever been here for the VR shenanigans? Frank Rizzo's like getting weird. He's the one that asked us. He's like, Nick, let's get weird in VR. Oh, we getting weird. Oh, we getting weird. Okay. Look, we'll leave the Bambinos alone. Okay. We're going to leave the Bambinos alone. I mean, he brought up my race. He brought up my race first. He brought up my race first. So let's not pick a portal. Let's jump into a home, like a place like we used to. Whatever ambience though they got here is pretty sweet, I gotta say. I love this like epic synthwave shit. Apologies, language. Can we just vibe out? Cause this is not my song. This is from VR chat. And I'm at the edge, thinking about ending it all. And then I see it. There it is at the edge. At the edge, right at the edge of ending it all. There it is. It's all there. The entirety of life. And then I realized that I could let go. All right, okay, let's move on. All right, sorry. I was setting the vibes. Are you hearing this music? Is this just me? This is coming from the game, right? All right, let's go into a portal. Popular. My little speech was in tune with the music. You had to hear the music for it to make sense. It was like soaking music.
Привет.
Понятно, это не так. Все, давайте.
Sorry, what did you say?
Ah, друг.
Чё?
Who's playing that? Привет, привет, друз. Jeez. Okay. I had to deal with that. Sorry about that. Привет, Strugs. Привет. Eh? Anybody? Did I lose audio again? No, we have audio. Hey, привет. Ruski? Are you Ruski? Are you Gopnik? Are you Ruski Gopnik who like the hard style music? Yes? Tripolovsky? Ruski? Привет. Tripolovsky. I don't know if they can hear me. I'm trying to speak Russian. I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to bridge the cultural barrier here, but now I'm not hearing anything. So I'm thinking vamos. This is cool though. This little truck thing is pretty sick. I was getting pretty into the simulated truck cabin. This is actually really sick. Bloom, what is this? Exposure. Okay, I get it. Can we bring up the can we like bring up, because it's a little hard to see in here. No. You know, is there lights? Is there lights in here? This is actually sick. I mean, I really like this whole idea, this whole cabin. I like that we're just here chilling and driving. Look at this. Can I make something like this for the show? Like, this is awesome. But how do we turn on the lights? I don't think they can hear me because the music's in. I turned their music down for us, but they could probably still hear the music. Let's check. These Russian gopniks. Okay, it's just the sound of the truck. But I'm just gonna keep it pushing. I really like the truck thing though. Like, can we go to another truck? I really, really like the truck. The cozy travel truck. This thing's awesome. Knit-stream truckin'. Gopnik Ruski. Dobro pelievo. Привет. Oh? Привет.
Where you wanna go? I don't know.
Someone's baby is on VR.
Wanna go to Wolfbone Palace? Yeah, watch the episode.
Oh, there's a whole cabin. There's a whole cabin. Yo, there's a whole cabin. Check this out.
3H, I totally fall asleep.
Do you like Danny's World? Loud.
And
Mimi, wait.
Ooh, lights.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Mimi.
Then I'm gonna just have to sit and watch shows anyway.
Guys, there's a whole cabin in here. Sorry, I'm geeking. This is cool. I want to make something like this for. You guys know where the light switches are? Can we get some light up in here, you know? Are you guys of the darkness or are you guys of the light?
You're not.
But you damn, why you freaking? Oh, my G.
This is a baby. I think this is a baby. Hey.
Why hot dog?
I think this is someone's
He
baby.
want to cook you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hot dog.
And people, yep, people want to cook me.
Guess what I'm
And people hate,
like
and you know what? Racism's still a thing. So yeah, tell me something new.
Who are you?
Are you guys of the light or of the dark?
It's okay. I'm just talking to someone.
I hope you're having fun.
Are you about to be there?
Hey, cool kid. I hope you're having
I
fun.
want to go outside. I want to go outside.
Hey, cool kid. Do you know where the light switch is? Tell me where the light switch is. Yeah.
Hey, me?
Yeah, show me where the light switch is. We need lights.
Cool kid. Cool kid, come.
Hey, cool kid. Oh, yeah. Oh!
Where are you?
What? That's terrifying, guys. That's actually terrifying. All right, creepos. All right, sick. Oh, well, okay, I'm sorry. This is... I'm back. Chat, I was checking out the cabin, okay?
There's a stranger in here.
I was checking out the cabin, okay? Let me out of here. It's a baby in here. There's a little baby. Let's can we try one more cabin? I like the cabin. I like the cozy travel truck.
What's up?
Can you blame me?
How's it hanging?
Oh, something's going on here.
It's pretty good. How are you?
Wow.
I'm good too.
We're just sitting here, kind of bored right now.
It's pretty cozy though, huh?
Hey, you're back. What's up?
What do you look like?
Yeah,
So-
terrible cable.
You're small.
Oh, I have the same problem, dude. If I move too much, it just falls down.
That's not the problem. For me, I look and I get disconnected, even though it's still in. I just need to get a new one.
It's still in.
5 years old, so it's probably just somewhere along the line.
That's probably why. That's probably
somewhere,
why.
somewhere along the cables, there's a problem. But I have.
You're creepy.
How does it go?
So-
Why do you have kids in your back van? What the hell are you doing?
I'm just
What
trying.
am I
Hey, I'm just trying to get a handle, chat. There's two different things going on. I just muted that kid. That's what I went to do. This guy with a deep voice is interesting because his voice doesn't match his avatar at all.
He's there.
Hey, how you doing, Snake Eater?
Hey, what's up, hot dog?
A pleasure, an absolute pleasure to meet you. Yep.
Right there.
Put her there. You know, you have a captivating voice.
I was just gonna say,
You know, you have a captivating voice. Anybody ever tell you that?
Your real voice anymore.
And it doesn't fit.
Different before.
It doesn't fit your avatar. It's even funnier. I mean, it's even more captivating.
That's why I like it.
Okay. See you, Dave.
I made it.
I can't see the timer. You threw it out the window. So.
Why do you have kids in your place? I gotta get there.
It's this button right here.
Right where?
Why are people calling this the Epstein truck?
There's no timer there.
Anybody know why people keep calling this place the Epstein truck?
Whose child is this?
That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Whose baby?
You want the cock? Don't go there. Don't go there.
Yo, do you know why?
Look right there. Do you see a timer?
There's no timer there.
Hey, you know why they're calling this place the Epstein truck? Oh, wow. That's terrifying.
I wonder why.
Hey. Wow, that's...
One for the gram.
Yep. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I get like that.
Anyways, all right, take it easy, guys. They're calling this the Epstein truck.
Burger again. Oh no, that's not a burger.
All right, so Chad, I mean, I don't know. Let's go to the Freak Circus, I guess. Let's just try the Freak Circus. How about that, shall we? Age verification required. Why is this age verified?
Okay.
Come on. Press the button.
Okay.
Go to Gonzola.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Pardon.
You doing anything cool today?
Yeah.
Dude, there was a dolphin man.
Yes, I know.
I can't tell you about it though.
It was so fucking scary.
All right, let's go. Where were we?
Did you just?
Freak Circus is age verified.
Are you the paparazzi?
Age verification required? What? How do you... Apparently you need to verify your age, but... I don't think it's adult things like that. It's just like adults there. I don't think it's like porn. I don't think that's allowed. That's not why I want to get in there. That was loud. Let's see here. Edit profile. Oh, you have to be like some kind of subscriber.
Wow, it's Meow Skulls. It's crazy.
Oh, what? Welcome. This is a world based on an 18+ game. What the hell does that mean?
Close to my crotch. In what fucking sense am I humping?
I only like when you work with that. They're all gay over there now.
This is like a very popular world. Is it just like a Gooner world? Is this like a porn game they turned into a world? You guys all read that message together, right? It said, this is a world based on an 18+ game. What did we enter? Do I just take a seat and not make any noise?
Hot dog. We are both foods.
You said what? You said what? What'd you say?
We are both foods.
You could say that. Some food's better than others, but yeah, what? Some food's better than others, but whatever. Yeah, sure, you could say that. We're all food. We're all people. Yeah.
Yeah, we are food.
Yep. Hot dogs stay over. Burgers stay over there though. This is hot dog. This is hot dog area. Hot dog territory. All right. Yeah, I don't think a show is happening. I think they're just gonna dance here.
I'm not sure if they're still being held hostage. Maybe.
Yeah, you sent me the playlist. I saw the songs. It's very, very good.
So you guys all characters of this game or something? Are you guys familiar with the 18+ game that this world is based on? Can y'all hear me? Mic check. You're talking to me? Hey, you do voices? Are you familiar with the 18+ game that this world is based on?
Yes.
What did I enter? What makes it 18+?
Research into what you entered, that's not my issue.
But what if I?
Yes,
Yeah.
hot dog.
Hey. What do you think about hot dogs?
I remember this guy. He was in the last.
They are delicious.
Oh, cool. Well, that's murder.
Is my body tweaking?
Well, that's murder. I get that you're being kind. Most people are very judgmental of hot dogs. I get that you're being very kind, but you know, my people did go through like they got ate up. I don't know if you remember that. So that's like the Holocaust. That's like our Holocaust, you know. Eating us is like our Holocaust. Did you know that? Okay, this is a cacophony. I don't know what this. I just want to know about this game they're playing.
What size is this guy, huh?
I wasn't trying to be rude. I just want to. Whoa! I just want to know like what it is. Maybe I like want to be part of it. Maybe I want to be like you.
Get some water.
Hey, he's a hamburger. I'm a hot dog. Ain't that something?
Let me play a sad song in the world's most smallest violin.
Hey, are you too familiar with the 18+ game that this world is based on?
It is.
Are you familiar with the 18+ game that this world is based on?
Are you speaking in a toilet right now?
Wait, oh, are you having trouble hearing me?
Yes.
Oh, why is that?
Speaking in a toilet, little bro.
Yo, Twin, have you actually played the game?
Me? Yeah.
I've given up on asking. No.
That's good info. They can't hear us. They can't hear us. Mic check, mic check. Maybe they can't hear us.
Beetlejuice! Peek! Kill him.
One day I have full body tracking, but I'm too broke to afford.
Hey, how am I coming in now?
Oh, there you are. I can hear you properly.
Able to buy.
Are you familiar with the 18+ game that this world is based on?
Yes.
What can you tell me about it?
How do I say this?
Oh, okay.
Clown likes person. Other clown likes this. Other clown likes same person. They fight. Other clown in circus. Mysterious lore things. They're clowns, but also monsters. Pink clown.
Raphael here is saying Raphael is totally showing you up. He said, I mean, you're saying, get out of here. I can explain it better.
Oh, yeah.
You want to give them? You want to give them the? You want to give them the floor or?
I'm trying to put it in baby terms.
Okay, thank you.
Explaining speedrunning terms.
I'm trying to explain it in speedrunning and like ooga booga terms.
So clowns, they liking stuff, they're liking people, they're fighting people, they're clowns, they're fighting, they're liking.
Okay,
Go ahead.
So,
The floor's all yours.
Okay, so you start the game at this quote-unquote circuses in town. The player runs a cafe that they work at. The game starts, you see a red clown. That someone's like abusing the clown. I don't know why. Because people just for some fucking reason hate the fucking clowns. The player either can have options to yell at the man, intervene or just like don't do anything at all.
What the hell are you doing?
So yeah.
What makes it 18 plus?
Really, it's just gory. That's why.
What's the name of the game?
Because of the game. The Freaky Circus of Horrors. which is
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You can type it in Google. And it's
Gotcha. So it's gory, is what it is. That's what makes it freaky.
Not gonna lie. I can't see it. Yeah, because they.
Nothing else.
Not gonna lie, they kidnap people. Yeah, and the game's like also like. Think about like Doki Doki Literature Club, but on crack.
Yeah, that's a child. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's what makes it freaky. Murder.
Yeah.
Kidnapping.
Like some weird things. And some weird
Gotcha.
things.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. No, I appreciate you doing this service for your local boomer. Yep. I had a totally different idea. Yep. No, I appreciate you helping out your local boomer hot dog. So thanks.
There's no actually inappropriate scenes.
No, thanks.
You can actually see playthroughs on YouTube that they don't get like monetized.
Loud and clear. Cool.
I'm sorry for taking the talking stick from you, twin.
I'm 14. I'm turning 15.
Oh, don't worry. I don't want the talking stick. Get out
Are you of the light or of the dark? Are you of the light or of the dark?
What does that mean?
That's a good question. I don't know. Can I ask you something else?
That's a good question. Make it go know myself.
Are you wearing straps or no straps?
Am I wearing shoes? Where are my shoes? I don't know.
Are you wearing straps or no straps?
Straps or no straps?
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like your controllers.
If your outfit has straps.
No, like the wrists on the wrists.
My controllers? Straps.
Okay, so you were raised in a home. With two parents.
Yes.
I know this.
What? I'm not stupid.
No, I know. I know this is called the strap test. It's literally never wrong. So yeah, you wear the straps. You were raised. Let me try this. Let me try you. Are you wearing straps or no straps?
I'm wearing straps, but one of my controllers has straps and one doesn't because I lost it.
So you were raised in a home with both parents, but something went wrong along the way?
I mean, I did move. I did change countries, so yeah.
Yeah, that was like a trauma.
I missed the USA, twin.
Yep. No, I know this because of the strap test. The strap test is very revealing. You know, you'd be surprised.
Twin, you should like accept my friend request because I'm gonna leave.
Anyways.
At any second if you call her short.
It's not a sex game. Guys, it's not a sex game. Let me just tell you right now. Let me just tell you right now. It's not a sex game. Okay. Let me just help you out right away.
Hello?
Hey. Let me just save your time. Let me just save you your time. It's not a sex game. Okay, so there you go. You're welcome.
No one said it was.
I'm just helping you guys. I'm just helping you out already. Let me just get.
Wait.
Let me just get it out.
Sure it's not a sex
I'm
game?
positive. I'm triple positive. I'm just saving you your time. It's not a sex game.
Damn it. Do you know when that is?
I don't know, but it's not here. So, anyways.
Okay. Oh, I found one that looks really cool that I think might be one. I think I'm gonna go there instead.
Hey, I'm not telling you what to do. How old are you? Anyways.
Look at this really cool game. I heard this one is really fun for those type of stuff.
Anyways, take care, guys. Not a sex game. All right, peace. Alrighty. Whoa. All right, let's
Hey, hot dog, is it a sex game?
Don't tell anybody, but it's not a sex game.
Yo, can I like drop straight onto your head?
That would be
I wanna
murder.
see-
I have a very, I have a thin casing. I was born with a thin casing. That would be murder. All right. I almost died there. Thanks.
I'm loose though, and I really want to do that.
All right. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna die, and then you're also gonna have poop on your head while you do it. Oh, what the hell is this? No, wait! One of the actual only cool-looking locations in this entire game. Wow. Oh my God! There's.
Have you
surgery
scoured?
items.
Have you been everywhere?
Yes.
Is this like the only good place?
Kill them. I'm gonna kill them with a fucking knife. Hell yeah.
What they? Wait. We could talk about it. How'd they make you feel?
Oh.
Why do you want to
make
kill
me
them with a
feel like
knife?
I want to kill myself because how corny they are.
And what does that have to do with you?
It doesn't have anything to do with me, but it makes me mad, and I want to kill them with the surgery knife.
Hey, well, it's pretty sound logic. So, anyways,
You want to help? There's some more supplies.
and why would I want to help?
Buddy.
Well, you had no answer, so.
Move on. Get going.
I might have helped. Okay, shenanigans. One more room. 2 more rooms. How many rooms? See ya, alias. They weren't going to leave till I got fired or James Hake, or I was deported or James Hake got fired. But I guess he left. Carver, thanks for the super chat, says the hot dog versus the hamburger, the ultimate showdown. Okay, last room. Because I gotta go. Y'all.
Having your coffee with Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
We found the Germans. Whoa.
Darf ich mich töten? Ja, okay, darf ich. Das ist so schön.
Nee, nicht.
Abschießen.
Oh, ein schöner Königsliga.
Ah.
Den Panzer sollte ich nicht abschießen, das werde ich gleich
Ich liebe kleine Flieger.
Was? Du liebst kleine Kinder?
Ich liebe kleine Flieger.
Too close, man, too close.
Na, genug. Ja? Na, genug.
Alright,
Nee.
No?
You guys have good altar evenings. Altars. Ja, duschen gehen, Alter.
Genau. Ab in die deutsche Dusche. Der vertraue ich noch nicht mehr. Nicht nochmal.
What's duschen?
Tischhauer. Duschen.
Duschen. Oh yeah, I knew that. Duschen.
What's here? Is a dog, German dog?
I freaking knew that. I like tiny planes, by the way. Ich liebe kleine Flieger.
I'm in the vans now.
Greetings, hot dog.
Are you German too?
I'm in the vans. That sucks. You can't get me now.
No.
Are you Allemand?
I'm in the vans, bro. No, there's no way. There's no way. There's...
Come on.
I'm captivated by the moves of your avatar.
Thank you. It's very good. Go join the dance.
The tablecloth. La 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 la. Woohoo! Dope.
Oh, we have.
That was pretty dope, huh?
Flying anime folk. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Me too. Anyways, I think those are Germans. Those are not. Those are. I don't think that's what you call them. I think they're called Germans.
I am not a fucking German.
Oh, I don't know what you call him.
I am a human from this world.
Yeah, but what kind of human?
Ah, you fucking racist. I'm Turkish.
Ah, yeah. What kind of human though?
yeah, but I'm half Belarusian. So, blonde hair I have.
Oh, so wait, you were speaking German, no?
Yeah, I live in Germany.
Oh, cool. Are you also a Turkish in Germany?
No, I'm German.
Oh, full German, straight German.
No,
Eichstens.
half Russian.
Oh.
You fucking Turkish fucker. You Turk
Half-
fucker. Half-breed Turk fucker. Half-breed Turk fucker.
What is going on?
This is history, man. It's literally happening before you.
Good point.
Auf die Liste,
if I can fly.
direkt zu Erdogan.
I am the half-breed Turk, by the way.
That's cool.
I can't fly, but I can do this.
I'm a back alley Tunisian knife fighter in another life. Or I'm a hot dog actually. I'm just a hot dog.
I'm just a cat that dances.
Yep. I was gonna sing a song to you in German. Is that okay?
Is it Erika?
No, it's not. It's no, it's not. Wait, hold on. It's not Erika. It's not Erika. I knew. No. It was not. It was never gonna be Erika. It just. It wasn't. Huh? What'd you say?
Are you a little bit racist?
What do you mean by racist?
I'm not entirely sure.
Like, here's how racist I am. Dude, I met some person on the street the other day, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you're German, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I said, "I don't know. I just can tell. I got really good at figuring out that pattern of a German look." And he's like, "Wow." And so that's pretty racist, right?
I gotta stop dancing for this.
I'm that racist. That's as far as I.
You mean to tell me that you can sense them?
Yeah, no, I straight up. He was on the street. I'm like, "You're German." He's like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "I knew it. I knew you were German because you looked the German."
Oh no, I can't see.
Just you felt it.
No, I didn't feel it. He looked German.
Okay.
And I only know that because I'm racist in the sense that like I like know the races, you know, like I don't hate them though. Right? You feel me? Like I'm just culturally enriched.
I see.
Right. So I could pick it out. Right. You feel me? Right.
Yeah, I get you. So you're not racist.
Exactly.
We have another floating person.
Yeah.
But
Turция. No, moja mama, она белорусская.
I was just gonna sing the German anthem, but let's not do that either. Anyways, I gotta go. It's been a slice meeting, y'all.
Thank you.
Are you gonna sing a song, bro?
The anthem. I think you know the anthem.
Alright.
Just omit the first few sentences that start with Deutschland über.
No.
That's the old one.
Omit those words and then you'll be fine.
No.
You don't want to omit them. You want to say them.
I do.
Oh, I don't know about
You're
that.
ruining this for me, man. You're ruining this for me.
You're ruining it.
Alright, you roll over 4 and more, you sing. You roll over 3 and less, you don't sing it. You don't.
You lucky.
He's bringing the life. Oh, we have a person.
What are you looking at, stupid wiener?
GG, I miss you, bro. I'm scared, bro.
Did not know him.
I'm chat now.
All right, chat. I mean, what? Oops.
Where are we going, hot dog?
Oops, I just spoke out loud. All right, y'all. I think that's it, folks. I think we're good. I think we go. I think we gotta go.
That's he made a mistake with calling me chat. I didn't like them. He fucking.
Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. His name's Chat. My bad. My cousin walked in. It's so embarrassing. My bad. Yeah. Anyways, Chat, leave me alone. And you guys too. Take care. All right, y'all. Let's go. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the support. Wow. Thank you, someone with the coffees. Holy coffees. Holy coffees, someone. Thank you. And people on Rumble and everybody else. Go enjoy your weekend. Take it easy. I'll see y'all Sunday. And, of course, Monday for more American Acre, baby. Peace.